on there? Is that just all of us?
Probably.
I'm on there.
We could count off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
This is very confusing. Very confusing.
Yes.
I'm freaking out.
I saw
Oh,
the
yeah.
look on your face, Naomi.
There's another one here, like with that says upcoming. So
But that says 3rd. That must have been last year.
no,
It
this one,
works.
it says it's
Oh.
for 128.
That's from a year ago. The one with the blue rating?
Mike P.
Yeah,
made
yeah,
it.
but
It
it's
says
funny
3rd.
because it says 4th. Oh, mine says 4th.
Okay, something really wrong is happening.
Oh, I see us. I see
What?
us.
Where on
Oh.
what?
And it says
on
you're
YouTube?
live.
On,
Yes.
on the same
Yes.
link?
Yeah. It says
Oh, I
live.
know.
Yep, we're there.
The exact same link?
Oh,
Yeah,
Or is
whichever
it a
one.
new? Because I
went
started
live.
a new one, but I didn't select the same event. I just started a new one.
It's not coming up for me. Huh.
Yeah.
I see it when I hit live.
Yeah, when you just go to live.
Oh,
So
okay.
maybe it is a newer one.
So I couldn't connect it to the actual thing. So everybody's in the wrong chat now.
Okay, so we could come over here then.
Yeah, if you're in the old chat, say go to the new chat. Go to the
please,
new
please
event.
do. Please do. Because I can't type anything.
I'm already in the new one, so I can't.
Okay, yay.
Woo woo.
Mikey. I see him.
Yeah?
Yeah, and Annie.
Cool.
Can you see
I'm
me?
good, Mikey. I'm good, Mikey.
Did you comment?
Yes.
I'm really super confused right now.
I don't see your comment. You might be in the other one.
How do
But if
I
you-
get to the new one?
Go to
Go to
like
the Dope Nostalgia page and it should
Or
show
just-
something live, I think.
I
Or-
just clicked on Naomi's picture because there was a circle and it says
Oh,
live.
there. Oh, I
So
can
I
see
clicked on that.
it.
It won't let me chat
you're,
on here.
You're just used to being on the other side of the live. You aren't used to having to click on the live to get in.
Okay, folks.
Yeah.
Well, I'm panicking right now because we have people in the other chat, and I'm trying to don't know really how to move them to the other
Well,
chat.
you know what?
Tell them to click on your icon that has the live circle.
I
around it.
I can't even get in my
Naomi-
chat.
I did.
Okay, I'm gonna go in
there.
and I will chat with them right now.
She
I'm
gonna
gonna go
direct
in
some
and tell them.
traffic.
Well, this is
Hi.
starting out great. Happy birthday, Dope Nostalgia.
I'm sweating.
Uh,
Happy birthday.
The windbreaker. Let's make you sweat.
Oh,
Yeah.
Come on, let's sweat.
baby. Okay. I don't see anything in that chat that's told everyone to go to the other side yet. I think she's still
I'm
typing
almost
it.
done.
Okay. Sorry, Adrian. I'm just like. Ah.
No,
No
I
worries,
get
we
you.
get
I
you.
get
So
you,
here's
girl.
what went wrong. I tried to connect the Streamlabs to the event. It wouldn't open up in the event. I just hit just go live and it worked. Great.
I'd like to apologize. It's probably my fault because usually when I'm involved in something, it gets really weird, and I don't even have to have anything to do with it. It's just, the luck of the midget, I guess. Sorry, little.
Blame Cinnamon Jimmy.
Cinnamon
Okay,
Jimmy.
I put it in there and it says there's only one person in the chat and it's probably me.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
So
Let
All
me-
I
right.
did a couple messages.
Although I
Thank
see
you.
your messages pop up on this one, Adrian.
Let me
Oh.
see if I can log in on my phone.
No, I did messages
Oh.
on the other one. So I think we're
Okay,
good.
yeah. I'm sure it's fine.
Okay, so we have people on the proper one now.
Yay.
This is amazing, and we can hear everything too. Okay.
Yay.
Okay. Well, I'll start from the beginning. Sorry. Thank you for all your time today, guys, for being here for the show. This is a big, exciting day as it gets bigger and better for our 4th birthday party at Dope Nostalgia Podcast. I'm very excited to introduce you to everybody who's here. But before we do that, I just want to give a shout out to No More Games Radio, because since the inception of the podcast, pretty close to it, those guys have been carrying the show every weekend on Saturdays. I want to thank them because they mean a lot to us. And you can catch Adrian's show on there too. What's
Nice.
your
Ask Adrian.
Ask Adrian is also a featured show on No More Games Radio. So that's new and exciting. I'll get you to tell everybody about it when I introduce everybody. I also want to thank Sound Sugar Radio, based out of Edmonton, Alberta, for very recently starting to play our show. So cheers to Sound Sugar Radio. You can check them out, soundsugarradio.com. As well, I want to let everybody know we do have a Patreon. A Patreon is a place where you can just have a subscription that's... can you hear my cat meowing? Okay.
No.
That supports the show. You can subscribe for $1 a month, and that just helps going towards the fees of producing the show. As well, we have a merch shop on tpublic.com. All those links are at dopenostalgia.com, and you can check them out there. All right, so most of you here have met before, but some of you haven't. I want to start with introducing Niskers. Niskers has been on 2 episodes of Dope Nostalgia now. We did the Snacks and Candy episode and the Columbia House episode, which were really fun. So, hi, Niskers.
Hello, everybody. I do like a lot of snacks. I like a lot of snacks. I think I have a lot of snack knowledge. So if you want to talk 90s candy, I'm your girl to chat with that.
Yes.
I'll also let you guys know I was a very, very, very spoiled kid in the 90s, so I didn't have to beg for anything. So chances are if you wanted it, I probably had it. So I'm super happy to be here.
She's our go-to person for all those things that we wanted to have, but we couldn't get. I think our friend Colin said that once too, didn't he? Pretty much get everything he wanted as well.
Yeah.
That's funny. All right. And of course, Kendra's here. Kendra is a regular on the show, and she's also a musician. Tell everybody all about yourself, Kendra.
Yeah. On Dope Nostalgia with you since episode 11. That was a while ago. Started out on the Mr. Big episode. And I've been coming back ever since. You keep having me back. I'm going to keep coming back. I've been a fan of the show since day one, and I was really excited to be a part of it. I'm a musician around town, play shows pretty much every other weekend, and going to be hopefully releasing some of our own music this year. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, I'm really happy to be here.
Show everyone the T-shirt because you got something right from that merch shop.
Oh,
there.
yeah. Right from that merch shop. Dope
Dope.
Nostalgia podcast.
Oh, love it.
Yeah.
That's so
And
fun.
then I got the mug to support
mug.
that too.
The mug.
Yeah.
All right. Let's
The
talk
mug.
to Rebecca. Well, Rebecca and Chrissy are both here from the NKOTB Meow Meow crew, but I'll let them introduce themselves separately. We'll start with Rebecca.
Oh, well, we're kind of like a duo, aren't we? No.
Okay, you can both. It's okay.
Like,
Hi,
how
that's
can we get
Rebecca.
one together? And that's Chrissy. We're both New Kids fans, and we met at a New Kids concert at our bar stools, and we've been inseparable ever since. Oh, and we should mention Meow Meow Crew, how we started with that.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. So we wore these when we went to, speaking of shirts, Fenway. But it was just so we could see, like, we have this whole group of online friends, and it was the first time we were meeting up post-pandemic. And we just wanted to be able to, like, see each other easily. And we just kind of started wearing them to different events just for fun. And it was in 2022 in San Diego. We went to our first of our California shows, and we were going through meet and greet, and Donnie told one of our friends, "I like your meow meow ears." And we were like, oh, they didn't have a name, but now they
And
do.
now there we do.
And we're like, this would be kind of like a fun, like, IG channel to just, like, share, like, how we all, like, get together and travel and go to shows. And so now it's just a place where we can post content and edits and, you know, pictures and stuff of all of us having fun.
And Naomi and Adrian are both part of our crew now.
We've got our
We'll get
ears.
Jimmy this summer.
And Jimmy's gonna join.
Oh
You
my
know-
God, Jimmy with meow meow like head. Oh yeah, that's gonna be
Yeah.
great.
You can wear my leopard print ones. See?
Or we can get Paige to make him a bandana like she did for Joe.
Oh, if you'd rather a bandana, we could get you a bandana.
As long as it's leopard print, because some don't go with my underwear.
Okay. We'll make that happen.
I think that's a good idea. That leads into Jimmy. James P. White is here with us. He's been on several episodes as well. He went through my countdown of the top 10 of every year in the 90s. We did that.
Yeah, I've been a fan of your podcast since day one, but I've been a fan of you a bit longer. You know, we've been friends for quite a while, and I love talking music. Like, I'm in radio, don't play much in 90s pop music, but we're a rock station. But
90s rock is just as important on our show, Fo.
You guys play some awesome grunge music.
He's like, yep.
Yep.
He's like, sure. I listen to your radio station. I know that much.
Well, sorry, what you said just went over my head.
So does everything. But honestly, you know what's great, Jimmy? Jimmy is, you can catch him on Cruise FM. There's a website. You can listen all around the world. They are our morning crew right here in Edmonton. And they've got merch too. I'm working on getting myself a Cinnamon Jimmy toque.
Oh, I second that.
Yeah. For right in time for Valentine's Day.
What can go wrong?
Don't you even have like a Star Wars podcast or something?
Oh yeah, I guess I do have a podcast, hence all the lightsabers behind me. I have the Jedi Jimmy podcast. It's basically anything Star Wars. I talk about it, and including lightsaber combat.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he's going to be coming. So he's confirmed it on his own radio show that he is coming with me to Northern California this summer to go to the Magic Summer Tour. We're going to hang out at Rebecca's house, go in the pool, get drunk. We're going to take Jimmy to a New Kids show. And he's going to teach the kids some lightsaber combat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'm going to get beat up by kids with lightsabers.
Ooh, can I send my kid over too?
Well, one of my kids is 19 and huge, so he also knows his lightsaber combat. So
this is going to
it'll
be
be a
interesting.
fair fight. Yeah.
Oh, I better practice up.
Ours are our younger ones are both 9.
Okay, good. I won't get beat up as bad then by the 9-year-olds.
I don't know. They're pretty hardcore.
We'll see.
The
Start
9-year-olds
going
are
down.
probably going to be tougher than the 19-year-old.
Ooh, shout out to JD. I can see you guys in the chat. I opened it up on my phone so I can actually say stuff. So we're good. And
Yeah,
last,
oh, sorry. She was talking under ours, so it looked like I was just talking a whole bunch in the chat. So
No
she got
problem.
on hers.
last but not least, our good friend Adrian is here from Rat Tail, and I'm so happy you made it.
Yes. Hi. Thank you for having me. My name is Adrian. I'm your friend Adrian. I'm from Rat Tail. Rat Tail is a YouTube channel where we react to, love on, commentate on all things New Kids on the Block. I also have my own radio show called Ask Adrian, where I give unqualified advice to everybody's blockhead and non-blockhead problemos. And I have a little bit of a speech. I don't want to take over, but I do want to share, Rat Tail, we are right behind you, Naomi. We're about like 3.5 years old. And I can remember that Dope Nostalgia was one of the first podcasts that we went on. And we also filmed an episode with Naomi as well. And really, when I think back to some of the fondest memories of starting Rat Tail, it really involves Dope Nostalgia. And I'm so proud of you, Naomi. I think as a content creator, like all of us are in the New Kids on the Block fandom, Naomi really is just the consummate professional. She's an amazing friend. Your content is outstanding. I love when people continue to discover you. And 4 years is just fantastic, Naomi. And I know we are all so proud of you and just love getting to be your friend and fellow content creator. So cheers to you.
Let's do our. I love you, Adrian. You're so amazing.
Love you,
Thank
girl.
We're gonna do our cheers now with our first shot. We got
I
our Rat
don't
Tail
have a-
shot glasses.
So I'm just gonna.
Adrian.
I love it.
Cheers.
I'm the
Okay.
one without the rat tail glass.
Mm-hmm.
I had
Kendra
my
drinking
Maui
vodka
one.
straight out of the bottle. I love it.
Right out of the bottle. I'm ready to go. I took tomorrow off for a reason.
No, but I do want to say too, like what she said. I mean, I hugely admire Rat Tail. I discovered them when it was 2020 and everything. I was living by myself and I was like, spent all my time online, pretty much on Zoom with friends and such, as Kendra knows. And I started getting like heavy into New Kids again. And I was like on YouTube and I saw this Baby I Believe in You react. And I was like, well, I'm a Jordan girl. I'm into this. Let's watch it. And Adrian and Chris come on, and it's the absolute funniest thing I've seen in forever. I cannot stop laughing at these two and the reaction to this Jordan taking off his shirt and everything. And so I reached out to her. I was like, I'd love to have you guys on the show because I find what you're doing fascinating, and I think more people need to know about it. And I mean, not that I have I wasn't a huge podcast. I still am not a huge podcast, but I was like, I really enjoyed what you were doing. And I thought, why don't a bunch of us help each other? And we do this NKOTB block action. We'll put it all together. And I just was like, I was hugely happy to become friends with you and Chris, and just especially grateful for all the times we've gotten to be together now in person. And just, you guys mean a lot to me. So thank you for your friendship. And same to Rebecca and Chrissy. Like, you guys all live in the States. We're up here in freezing Canada. 4 of us are in freezing Edmonton.
Yeah, I'm so excited because this summer we're gonna coalesce at a Meow Meow Crew headquarters, and it's just gonna be a fucking amazing time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can I just say, like, I think it's just amazing watching the fact that you guys, like, you know, have cultivated this friendship over like something that you all love so dearly. And like, I think it's amazing that like you guys have like gotten so many like friends out of this deal, and like across the world. Like, you got people like all the way in New Zealand and that too.
Anna and Liz out of the Netherlands.
Australia.
That's
Australia.
amazing. I think that like it's so cool that these things can bring people together so like genuinely. And like, yeah, I'm always like so excited, like living through Naomi and her trips and everything. And maybe one day I'll come with you guys.
I was gonna
That'd
say,
be nice.
well, maybe you should join one day.
Maybe one day. I'll definitely go on a trip with her for one of these things. I have to be there for the party.
I was
Yeah.
going to say July 2nd to July 3rd this year sounds like a great time. Just saying, just around that time.
Well, see how
We're
much money I
crashing
can
on
get
Rebecca's
from-
couch.
Oh, hey, that's some money
Or in
savings
her
right
yard.
there, right?
Or in her, wherever there's
You know, we
an open
have
space.
some lounge chairs out there. You can sleep in the lounge chair outside.
Hey, ask Naomi. I can sleep anywhere. She made a whole calendar of me sleeping in this chair. So
There is a calendar available.
I
where
have it
a
right
new
here.
picture. Show them. There is a picture.
We'll get some blow-up
Every
mattresses too.
Well, and I was going to
This
say
is the front page of it.
those chaise
Literally a whole
lounges are
calendar.
adjacent to the tiki bar in her backyard, so it's quite convenient. You roll
I'll
out of
show
bed.
you. I'll show you guys my favorite one.
Oh my
There's so
goodness.
many of them.
Yeah,
This
it's
one.
happened so many times on Zoom that we had to make a
Oh my
calendar of it.
With Bernie.
Bernie Sanders.
That's hilarious.
Mm.
I've been witness to a lot of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were there for those. That's
We
for
usually
sure.
pin her on the Zoom screen so we can all stare at her sleeping and then try to scream at the same time to wake her up. She's out.
And
Or
most
you-
of the time we end up having to text her wife to wake her up saying, oh yeah, she might want to go to bed.
She's out.
Kendra, I feel
so
you. That
funny.
happened to me in a Zoom, and they had to call my husband. They were like, she needs coffee and she needs bread. Right.
Yeah. You know what? Sometimes I was just tired. It was even that I was strong, but you know, I can sleep anywhere. I'm a good sleeper.
Well, when we first started the show in 2020, usually for some of us weren't working for about a good 2-3 months there. So
Mhm.
we were up on Zoom like
Till like 7 in the morning.
there was one morning where I think it was 10 a.m. Like the sun was up, and
Yeah.
I'm taking selfies in the bathroom drunk and like posting them on our chat.
She sent chips to Guam.
Oh, I
it
sent
Guam?
ketchup chips to Guam. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There was a
That
girl in
happened
Guam.
from a drunken Zoom night. Yeah.
A 14-year-old girl from Guam came onto our stream. We were streaming live on Twitch. And she says, oh, you guys are from Canada. I love Canada. I've always wanted to go there. I've really wanted to get the ketchup chips. But we tried to go there once and they wouldn't let us cross the border. And her parents are military and they're stationed in Guam. So me being drunk, I'm like, don't worry. I got you. I'm going to get you ketchup chips. Then I
What are
looked at,
ketchup chips?
You haven't had ketchup chips?
No, I have no clue what these are.
It's like
It's ketchup flavored
Rebecca.
chips.
Oh,
Okay, That's on the list. That's on the list for June.
Yeah.
So we're gonna bring ketchup chips over to you
Okay,
guys.
cross over to Canada for a second. Yeah.
We'll go on a snack. We're gonna go on a snack run in Canada.
In June, I would like that. If we can go, is it London, Ontario? That's across Windsor.
Windsor. It's Windsor, and it's right across from Detroit, right under the tunnel.
Okay, so we're going to Windsor in June. We're gonna party in Canada together.
Niskers can tell us like the top snacks for us to go and get.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I can have a good list made of things that you guys need to get, both local and national. I got you.
1,000%. Oh, Niskers. Niskers, I don't even know, like, I've never really talked to you about New Kids. Are you a New Kids fan? Were you a New Kids fan as a child?
Oh yeah. The list of questions that you sent out, your first concert. My first concert was New Kids on the Block in Saskatoon on November the 3rd, 1990.
Who's your favorite guy? Tell us, Niskers.
Oh my God. Okay, so it's a funny story. It was Joey for the longest time when I lived in Beaumont, which was like really close to where I live now. And then when we moved to Saskatchewan, all of the girls in my class, they were in love with Jordan, and I wanted to fit in so bad that I switched over to Jordan. So OG Joey lover.
Swerve.
But Swerve
You
for
had
Jordan
a peer
to fit
pressure
in.
switch. I like it.
I did.
You know what? Jordan has these magical hips that almost pull me over, but I'm still like, no, I gotta stay with Joe.
But it's okay. That's me. I was an OG Joe girl, and I just swerved to Jordan. So
I feel so understood. Yes.
Jordan's my number 5 because he's too beautiful and I can't handle him. So he's number 5. Like, that's what you get for being that gorgeous. It's like eye roll gorgeous. Like,
my favorite thing too, remember in 2022 on the mixtape tour when we all did our meet and greet in SAC? I think it was SAC because Chris was right behind me. I just did my picture with Jordan or whatever. And then Chris was like saying hi to all the guys and he just like looks at Jordan. He doesn't even like shake his hand or anything. He goes, oh, hi. He's like, hi. And that was it.
I think it was on that post, Donnie. Hi.
Yeah. I think Jordan was probably excited to meet Chris too. You know? He's just like, hi. And then moves on to Joe. That was fun.
You can't go wrong with any of them, really.
You really can't.
I know Jimmy, don't feel left out. Jimmy, you have a favorite New Kid.
Do I?
Yes.
Okay, I'm a fan of Donnie.
Wait, do you want the Star Wars guy though? Because that's Danny.
Yeah, Danny is a Star Wars one.
Danny's a Star Wars guy.
He wears Star Wars shirts in the concerts and everything.
I'm Donnie. You know, I like Blue Bloods.
Oh my gosh, Naomi, real quick. I have to press the exit button, but thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much. Just happy 4th anniversary. This is thrilling. And I can't wait to see all the places Dope Nostalgia goes.
Thank you. I love you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Love you. I love you,
Adrian.
Yes. Thank you. Cheers to Rat Tail.
I may never leave.
You're not allowed to leave. It doesn't want to let you.
I know.
Stuck with us.
All right. Love you. Dope Nostalgia. Bye.
Whenever she's ready to go, she's just gone.
But she's not a ghost.
Bye, Adrian.
She's not a ghost.
Yeah,
she doesn't ghost. No, she always says bye.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, I knew going into today that she wouldn't be able to spend much time, but I'm so glad she was here. So thank you, Adrian, for being here. Which means, unless anybody else has something they want to do, we could go into our the questions I prepared, or another shot.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? We should do at least 4 shots for the 4 birthdays.
Oh yeah. Well, I didn't fill this one up all the way because I figured there'd be more.
So this is 1.5. So 1.5.
I'm doing a half shot because I'm also sickly, so I can't be stupid. I still have to get through
recovering from being sick. So yeah.
I still got to get through the party tonight at Kelly's Pub. If you live in Edmonton, we're going to Kelly's Pub tonight. We'll be there around 9-10 o'clock starting our 90s karaoke. Come dressed up 90s. Come sing 90s songs. There's going to be prizes and fun and drink specials.
I wish we were close enough to go.
Yeah, I know. That would be so sweet. That's why we got to do it. We're doing this for everybody who can't make it, all international. And then the ones in town, we're going to have a good time singing. So cheers. Cheers.
Yes.
I can't do too many shots. I have to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
That's true. You can shoot water. It's healthy.
Hydrate yourself.
Jimmy's like, fuck that.
Like
Fuck
shoot,
that.
water.
Okay. All right. So what I did is I thought up a bunch of questions that I wanted to learn a little more about all of you, and the people in the chat. Hey, I want to see your answers too, because we're going to include them on these questions. Feel free to type your answers, and just a bunch of stuff about us growing up, because most of us are in the same age range, approximately give or take 10 years, right? So from our experiences growing up in the 90s, these 90s orientated questions are for everyone. So I'm going to start with asking, I'm looking in my box going like this. I'm going to start with Niskers, and I want to ask you about your first concert. You already mentioned what it was. New Kids, Saskatchewan. Saskatoon?
Saskatoon, November 3rd, 1990.
What were your seats like?
They weren't great seats. My mom got them from one of her cousins who I think worked for whatever establishment was putting on the concert. So I don't think even we paid all that much. Remember, there was a lot of people, and I remember screaming Jordan's name until my throat was raw, thinking, oh yeah, he's going to hear me. He's going to hear me. He's going to love me. We'll live happily ever after.
Did he do the Baby I Believe in You white shirt blowing open?
Yeah.
Was that the original Magic Summer Tour, or was that the No More Games tour?
Yeah, I don't remember.
I think
that
that
is-
was Magic
Tour.
Summer. 90 was Magic Summer until the end of the year. And then it switched over
To the No More Games tour?
because that was
When they decided to get hard. Anyways, let's move on.
Uh,
Jimmy's like, please move on.
I mean,
Okay.
you're gonna have so much this summer. It's
This
gonna
is
be a
what happens.
magic summer for you.
this is what happens when you join a podcast with all women.
Oh yeah. And I also bought your airline ticket, so you can't back out now. So yeah. You're good. You're good to go. Okay. Chrissy, your first concert.
My first concert was New Kids on the Block, but it was when Magic Summer turned into No More Games. Mine was in Sacramento, and February, I think it was the 21st of 1990. And my seats were crazy second level, super nosebleed. But I just remember my friend Steph and I waited. Our parents wouldn't let us stay overnight outside of Warehouse to get the tickets. But mainly because she had a newspaper route. So I stayed the night at her house. Her mom drove us around so she could deliver papers faster, and then dropped us off super early. And we were in a long line outside of the Warehouse waiting for hours for them to open up.
Oh wow. Wow,
Oh,
that's
buying
awesome.
tickets, really. Yeah.
I know. None of the
Much
queue that
harder
we
than-
have.
Although now I think it's more stressful now.
Yeah, because we're trying for good tickets. We just wanted any ticket then.
No, back then we would camp out for tickets. I've camped out at a mall. I've camped out
Mhm.
outside of the actual Coliseum. I did that for Bon Jovi twice. They're the only ones I
can
would camped
see
out
you
for.
doing that.
Like I said in the chat, guys, tell us your first concerts too, or concerts in the '90s that you went to that are memorable. Jimmy, tell us about yours.
It was 1994. I can't remember. It was a winter, but it was Garth Brooks, and I saw him in Calgary.
Really?
Yeah. Went to a music festival with my parents years before, but I don't even remember when, but it was You're Coming, and that was it. But this one, I remember because it was one of those ones. I lived in a small town, so you buy a ticket that gives you transportation to Calgary and back,
Mhm.
and your tickets. So
Because
Yeah,
you
it
were in
was 94.
small town southern Alberta, right? So
yeah,
sorry, I'm still sick. Okay, Garth is a good choice for a first concert. Honestly, showmanship,
Excellent choice.
explosions.
oh yeah.
It's all good.
Especially
king of
back
the
then.
90s.
That was like
Yeah.
peak Garth Brooks time.
Oh, and great entertainer. Like it started out that there was a guy in a white suit sitting at a piano, so you thought he was gonna do uh what was that song? The
The
one with
Red
the
Strokes.
paint.
The Red
Yeah,
Strokes.
Red
Red
Strokes.
I love that
But
song.
but then
Right.
you're watching and they're starting the music up, and then you see a cowboy hat coming out of the top of the piano, and he just flies out of the piano and goes into "It Ain't Going Down Till the Sun Comes Up."
Nice.
Hmm.
Should check out his daughter's stuff. She's pretty good
His daughter's
Yeah.
been on Dope Nostalgia.
on the show. Yeah.
A lot of people don't
Really?
know that. Do you want to know why? I wasn't allowed to promote her as Garth Brooks' daughter. So the agency, like, I can talk about it now. But they were like, you're allowed to ask one family related question in the interview, but one in all your promotional materials, just talk about her as Ali Colleen. Because she's trying to make it without being under the
On her own.
Well,
Mhm.
good for
Without
Trying
the
to
her.
over that.
nepotism. Yeah.
no nepotism. And she's fantastic.
She's good. She's
She-
really good. That
she
was that was a great episode too.
She is the type of person you want to have a beer with. She is
Yeah.
funny and nice, and I think she'd hang out with us. Like honestly, like yeah,
But you know,
Ali Colleen.
that was such a great episode. Like your interview with her was so enjoyable. Like definitely go and check it out if you guys haven't yet.
And check out her music; it's really
Mhm.
good. Yeah, you would never guess she was Garth Brooks' daughter. Actually, well, she kind of looks like him, but you know. And she calls
Now I
Trisha
have to
Yearwood.
Google her.
She calls Trisha Yearwood her bonus mom. Isn't that cute?
Oh,
Adorable.
Yeah, I love that. So yeah, Ali Colleen. For those of you who didn't know, go back to that episode. That's Garth's daughter. Okay. Yes. And Rebecca, tell us about your first concert.
well, I did a lot of like fair concerts, but my actual first real concert was, you might be surprised, but it was New Kids on the Block.
Detecting a theme here.
Uh-huh.
Surprise, surprise. Um, and I was in the second to the last row, like the stage was straight on, but I was at the Oakland Coliseum, and if you or Cow Palace, wait, something in Oakland. It was huge, and they were only like this big. I could see them, and I remember
everybody has.
crying. Yeah, I was just crying and screaming and crying and screaming and
Joey Joe.
yeah. Oh my gosh, I cried so much for out of excitement. So yeah, New Kids, surprise.
New Kid Surprise. I noticed a lot of us back in those days never had good seats. Now we have all the good seats because now we make
Well, you know what?
money.
I think part of it too is that my parents were on a budget and we can buy the best ones. And now I tell my husband, okay, get ready. This is a tour year. We have to start budgeting and saving money. I hear year in advance to make sure I get all these good tickets.
Mhm.
So different now.
And
When
I get that. I am one of 4 kids. So for me to be able to go, I had to bring my younger sisters at the time and then my parents. And I don't think my brother was a baby at the time, so he didn't go. But yeah, so we had to buy like 5 tickets. And so that got expensive. So of course we were relegated up high.
Yeah, when we were dependent on our parents a little bit more, it definitely made a difference on where we were sitting.
100%. We were just lucky to be in the building.
Yeah. I was
So
just
good.
excited to be in the same city, like, or zip code. I was just so excited when I knew they were in California. I'm like, yes, they're here somewhere.
Yeah, Kendra, first concert.
It wasn't New Kids.
What?
So no, sorry. A little too young for that. But it was Backstreet Boys.
Yay!
Yeah. Yeah. I
Fitting
was
in with the theme.
12. Yeah, fitting
Jimmy-
in with the theme a little bit.
Jimmy's other
Um,
favorite boy band.
Yeah. Yeah, I was 12 years old. I went with my friend and it was a terrible experience. because,
Oh, hi.
well, because we got there and it was at the so I think 97 would have been the Backstreet's Back tour, I think. And it was at the stadium and they had these giant pillars up that were blocking certain seating, which was where we were seated. So we couldn't see
Aw.
anything. So then the staff members came and said, "Okay, you guys are going to be getting moved so that you're in a spot where you can see things." But it was moved all the way up to the nosebleed sections, and my
Oh.
friend ditched me because she didn't want to be up there. So she found a way onto the ground and made her way to the front of the stage and left me. So I ended up sitting up in the nosebleed section with like this mother who got ditched by her kid. So she ended up talking to me the whole time, and she had no clue who she was watching. She's like, "Who's this guy?" I'm like, "That's Kevin." "Who's that guy?" I'm like, "That's AJ." "Who's that guy?" I'm like, "That's Nick. I don't want to talk to you anymore. I hate my life." I was
You're like, I
so
know why your
pissed
kids
off.
ditched you.
Yeah, no kidding. I'm like, oh man, it was yeah. So I wasn't very happy with that. So when a few years ago, I think it was 2019, Naomi and I got to go see the Backstreet Boys together, and it was much more enjoyable that time.
We were drunk.
We were drunk as fuck.
And you know what? It was so exciting because we had so much fun. And then they played all the songs we wanted to hear. Like even their deep cuts that we wanted to hear. They played Don't Want You Back, which is my favorite song off Millennium.
Oh, it was like so good.
So when
We
that
were
song started,
dancing
we're
in
like-
the aisles, and yeah.
people were probably like, fuck. It was so fun.
It was such a good time. We went to karaoke afterwards, and then I had to get up at 6:30 the next day for work, and the next
Yeah.
day was not very fun, but
was
that
worth
night
it.
was great.
was
It was
worth
worth it.
And looking into the chat here, first concerts, we've got Mikey P. Prince Mikey of Poland says, mine was either Charlie Pride or Kenny and Dolly.
Ooh.
Did that happen
Good
in
choices.
what decade, Mikey? Love you, Mikey. Oh, it's so fun to bug Mikey, right? Right, Jimmy?
Oh, it's so easy. He's like a low-hanging fruit.
So are you. Oh my goodness.
Oh, wow. If I had
Oh.
a feeling, that would have hurt it.
The
Okay, he's
70s,
in
late 70s.
So I might have been born. Maybe.
Oh wait, late 70s. I was probably born.
Yeah.
I definitely was not.
Nope,
No.
me either.
Yeah, I realized that when you said you were 12 and 97 with the Backstreet Boys. I'm like, oh, I've been out of high school already
Yeah.
for 2 years.
It's true. It's true. We got a
Yeah.
good age range here, though, but it's all kind of within about 10 years, I think.
Mhm.
Close. Mikey and Jimmy on the upper end of that 10 years. More
Yes.
like 20. Just
Way
kidding.
upper.
Jimmy turns 50 this year.
Ooh, we
Not
gotta
to
have
the-
a good party for you.
And I still
your
play with
birthday.
lightsabers.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what?
Good.
That's good. Yeah.
Good.
When's your birthday?
November
November what?
18th.
Same-
That's
same
my
week-
anniversary.
Same week as Kendra's.
Yeah, I'm the 15th.
And that's your
I
anniversary, Rebecca?
celebrate 18 all the time.
Oh, awesome.
Nice. Maybe you should include Jimmy in your anniversary this year.
Oh, we can have a three-way.
Oh!
Hello.
I think that's another channel. That's not this
That's,
channel.
yeah.
YouTube stops
Wrong
the stream.
content. Wrong content.
Yeah.
All
What
right.
could go wrong?
Well, maybe I should go into our next question, which is your first album. The first album. Oh, wait. I didn't answer
didn't
the
s-
question.
No.
MC
No,
Hammer.
yeah.
MC Hammer.
MC.
MC Hammer 19.
I saw MC Hammer in the 90s.
And he's from Oakland.
Mm-hmm.
He's from Oakland. He was, I think it was, I saw him in 90 or 91. I can't remember which year. Yeah.
So I probably saw the same concert you did.
Yeah. It was good. It was,
Only-
I was like hardcore into MC Hammer for a good 2 weeks after
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Mhm.
And then I loved New Kids again. It was great. It was great. But first album you ever bought. And when I say first album, should I mean it with like your own money, or should it be just like the first one that you
What about
picked on
both?
your own?
I had two answers just in case.
She bought two at the same
Same.
time. All right, Niskers, let's hear ya.
All right. So first cassette that was ever mine. I picked it out. It wasn't pilfered from my mom's collection. Was Milli Vanilli.
Yes.
Yep. And the first CD that I ever bought with my own money was Mariah Carey's Music Box.
I love that.
Nice.
Yeah, my parents had an amazing record and cassette and even 8-track collection. So the amount of music that I was exposed to before that. But Milli Vanilli was mine. My parents, for some reason, had no interest in purchasing a Milli Vanilli cassette tape.
That's so strange. No, just kidding.
Right? How dare you guys?
From those two questions, you have very eclectic taste, I think.
Thank you.
She does. You know what? You know what helped foster that? The Columbia House Record Club. Honestly, because you could order anything for a penny. It's true. You could just be like, "Oh,
I learned
I'll grab that."
so much from Columbia House and BMG, just random. Oh, that sounds good. A band called Moist? Okay, I'll take it.
I don't even know what it is.
I don't even know who these guys are.
You guys had Columbia House in the States, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
Did you
BMG.
Did you fall down those rabbit holes?
Totally.
We're
I
coming
have
up
so
to
many
that.
CDs from them.
We are coming up to that. I jumped ahead. Chrissy, what's your your first album?
So I think my first record was like the Snow White soundtrack, like
Yeah.
or Care Bears or Smurfs, something like that. But
Straight-
my first tape was given to me, and it was from my parents, and it was Eddie Rabbit Horizon.
He Loves a Rainy Night.
Yes, that was my jam.
Is that on
That was
that
my
album?
favorite song. That is it. Yeah.
Oh,
I have that
sweet.
whole entire album memorized. And then I think maybe the first one I purchased was either Hangin' Tough or maybe it was like Debbie Gibson or Tiffany. But I think it was probably Hangin' Tough.
Okay, wicked awesome. my order just switched all of a sudden. Like I'm just gonna continue with actually Jimmy's next now in my order. Your first album, buddy.
First album I bought was Kim Mitchell, and it was Shaking Like a Human Being, so with patio lanterns on it. And
Do
the first
Americans
cassette.
know- Sorry,
What's that?
go ahead.
And the first cassette I was ever given was Rick Springfield, Tale.
You and I went to Rick Springfield concert.
Yes,
We were at
Rockfest.
He headlined Edmonton Rock Fest. In
Yeah,
like
and then-
2019.
And then we took an Uber to go do karaoke, and we were pulled over by the cops because the cops thought we were being kidnapped.
Yeah, the cops pulled over our Uber after that. Yep, they're like, "Are you guys okay back there?"
Are you here under your own free will? Yes, he's our Uber driver.
I remembered that because I met you
Wow.
guys at karaoke that night, and you guys told me about that.
Yeah, that was fun.
What? How much fun you guys have! I
Wow.
can't wait to be part of this experience.
That was an abnormal one for sure. But going back to your list there, your first purchases. What was the first one you said before I cut you off? By accident?
The
Kim Mitchell.
Kim Mitchell.
Kim Mitchell was the one I bought, and first one I got was Rick Springfield.
Kim Mitchell, pure Canadiana. Does anybody know about Kim Mitchell in the U.S.? Okay.
Song Patio Lanterns.
Those patio lanterns, they were nope.
The stars in the sky.
Yep,
I can't sing it.
yep. Pure Canadiana. But he's big in Canada. He's a legend. Max Webster. You know? Good choice. Good choice.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
80s, but I get it because you're old. Then there's Mikey. Then there's Mikey in the chat saying, wait, his first album was Willie Nelson on an 8-track.
Oh wow.
I love it, Mikey.
Cassette
I
was
love
Air
it.
Supply, All Out of Love.
I'm all out of love. In
Yes.
a cassette. My coworker, he's like 22. He says to me the other day, he's like, I had a cassette once. He was fucking with me though. He knew he was saying it wrong.
Oh,
Oh.
Okay.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
like, wow.
Fuck's a cassette?
Cassette.
Yeah. Yeah. It was so funny when I finally got it. I'm like, fuck. Anyway. Okay. So my rotation moved. Chrissy,
You already went to me, Rebecca.
I've had some booze. Fuck.
She's had booze and it's moving on her. So
It's moving.
And we're like, it's like we're a package deal. So
Okay, well, my first album ever, I believe it was my uncle or my mom that got it for me, and it was the Go-Go's Vacation. And I know
Nice.
you interviewed one of them, and oh my God, that's so amazing.
Yeah.
And then the first one that I actually bought was actually I want to say it was still in 89. So I still don't hit the 90s yet, but he was definitely popular in the 90s was Bobby Brown. Don't Be Cruel.
That's a great album.
I had that
Mhm.
album.
Yeah, that's
Thanks
the first
to
one I
Columbia
spent
House.
my money on.
My prerogative.
Yes.
Don't Be Cruel. New Jack Swing. We love Bobby Brown.
hmm
Whitney corrupted Bobby, just saying.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's a whole
Let's
Whole
open
nother
that Pandora's box.
yeah.
That's a whole other show.
Yes.
They each had their issues.
Yeah.
Okay, so then my next one's Kendra. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so the first tape that I was ever given was like the self-titled Garth Brooks album that had If Tomorrow Never Comes and the dance on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that one.
I love that album. It was a great one. Yeah, I got it for my birthday. I think I was about like 10 maybe. But that album was actually from 1989, I think. So the first one that I ever bought for myself, a CD, was Clumsy by Our Lady Peace.
Canadiana. Our Lady
Love
Peace.
that one.
Diana. Yeah.
Clumsy was a good album. Have you ever had Our Lady Peace on the show there, James?
No, we've never interviewed them. No.
No. Maybe one day. Well, we'll be doing an episode on Our Lady Peace of this show pretty soon, but yeah, that's a good choice. My first cassette was 88. That was Tiffany, the original Tiffany album. And then my first CD was in the 90s, and it was the band Extreme, and the album was Porno Graffiti. Because it came out with More Than Words, this nice little guitar ballad, and everyone's like, oh, I love that song. And then I'm like, I love that song, and the guitar player's really cute. And then, yeah, I went to their concert. They played here in 92, and then I fell in love with the band and their funky metal sound, and I love Extreme. Extreme's actually my number 3. Yeah.
Can I add something right there?
Yeah.
Okay, so my mom worked at a bank, and she knew this man who looked just like Michael Jackson. And he was going through a divorce, and he wrote this song. And then it was an amazing song, and he sold it without realizing he wasn't going to get any credit for the song to
no.
Extreme. And guess what song it was?
No.
More Than Words.
Are you what? Really? Do you know he's telling the truth?
Yeah. It happened before they even released the song, and he realized after he read back through the shit.
But I thought they wrote
paperwork
it.
stuff. And so he read through it all and realized it was like so upset and distraught and crying to my mom. And yeah, I guess. Sorry.
No. I want
It
to
was about
believe
his
that,
divorce.
but I'm not sure. Because I'm so into them. Like I'm pretty sure they wrote it.
Sorry. Okay.
I don't know.
They totally wrote it. Don't listen to me. I know nothing. I like New Kids.
Rebecca. I'm not saying you're lying. No.
No, I know that. I know. I understand. No, I get it. I understand.
Fuck me. Oh, by the way, hi Tracy Bird.
Oh, is she on here?
Tracy.
Hi Tracy, we love you. Hope you're feeling better. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, no, okay. I'm going to investigate this. I want to talk to this person.
For it.
I am going to. We're going to do a
She's gonna-
Diane Sawyer 2020 interview.
I think his last name was Jackson. I have to ask my dad if he remembers the name. I bet my brother would remember his name. I don't since my mom passed, I can't ask her.
I want
But
to believe him.
I bet my brother would remember, and he's screaming right now in the other room for the 49ers. So I could probably
I was gonna say they're within one score right now. So
Oh, are they? Okay.
yeah,
'Cause
and
the screaming is really happening in the background.
I can't
but
hear.
we
I
can't hear
really
it, so
Oh,
that's
good.
fine.
Oh, good.
So Annie says she doesn't remember her first album because she's a fan of many artists, and that's totally fair, Annie. You are a big
Mhm.
fan of music. Tracy says her first cassette was Beastie Boys' "License to Ill."
That was such a good
Fantastic.
album.
Is that the one with Sabotage?
No, I don't think
Oh
so.
no, Sabotage was the next album.
Think
I could be
so.
wrong.
Isn't
We'll
that
find
the
out.
one with Fight for Your Right to Party? Is that one?
Maybe, yeah, that might
'Cause
be.
I remember, isn't that the one with the 'cause I had both of them, but isn't that the one with the fighter jet on the cover?
Yes. So it has
Brass Monkey.
Fight for
That
Your
funky
Right,
monkey.
No Sleep Till Brooklyn,
Yeah.
Brass Monkey. Which one were
Good
you
album.
asking about? Sabotage. No, it's not.
Yeah,
She-
Sabotage is the
oh,
next one.
She's Crafty. I love that song.
Ah, yes, that's a good song.
Beastie Boys, cheers. Love that. We don't have enough
Totally.
rap on Dope Nostalgia. Actually, we don't have enough country. We don't have enough rap
Grunge.
and grunge. We haven't even touched grunge yet. There's
Yeah, we
reasons
gotta-
for that. Everyone I've approached has not answered.
Really?
The closest
Aw,
I've gotten might be still a maybe. I've tried to get Veruca Salt was one I really want to get.
Oh,
man,
I
that
love
is
her.
so amazing.
Veruca Salt was like, I loved them so much.
Yeah,
They
they're
opened
great.
they opened for Bush here in '94, and they were way better than Bush. And I,
I
loved
loved
Bush.
that. I loved them. They were great.
Okay, so I never really talk about what artists say when I approach them because I kind of just keep that quiet, right? I'm so lucky to get the amount of yeses to come on the show that I've gotten that I don't talk about the no's. But there was one I wanted to bring up because it was hilarious, and that was Lisa Loeb. Her agent or manager, when she wrote me back, said, "We're sorry, but Lisa Loeb does not have the bandwidth at this time." And I'm
The
going, do you mean like she doesn't have internet? Or are you meaning like she just mentally doesn't have the capacity to do this right now? What does that mean?
You're like, that's so confusing.
The
I don't
bandwidth.
understand.
Maybe she was somewhere remotely where there's no Wi-Fi.
But wouldn't you just say that like internet? I don't know.
I
don't know.
think
I just
that
thought it was
they
hilarious.
mean like there's so much going on. Like I don't have the bandwidth
Yeah.
to like
It's
to
like
The
tackle
emotional
that.
bandwidth.
yes.
That is a very
Big time.
confusing way of putting it, though.
Totally.
It's very trendy. It's a very trendy way to say we can't take on this project right now.
That's fair.
In all respect to Lisa Loeb, whoever you've got doing your booking is doing a fine job. Fine job. And I enjoy the bandwidth
was-
comment.
I was saying that she should reach out to Paula Cole. Paula Cole's got new music out, and she's like just got TikTok and all that. That'd be cool. Have her on the show.
I don't want to wait. I can't sing that.
I'm
Yeah. Isn't
gonna
that
sing
Dawson
that
Creek?
tonight.
Isn't that the Dawson
Yeah.
Creek song?
Yeah, Dawson's Creek. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
I'm gonna
tried to
sing
go
that
back
tonight.
and watch that show, and it was a no-go. We made it through a whole entire episode, and I'm like, these people are insufferable. Why did I like them when I was?
It's so funny
Yeah,
to go back
why?
and watch old shows that you're like, why did I like this back then? It's so
we
like,
didn't know
cringy.
better. We
Didn't know better.
how
We
good it
really
could
didn't know
be.
better. We only had our what we
No.
were supposed to. It kind of relates to what Niskers and I talked about on the snacks episode, where nothing hits the same anymore when you eat it. Nothing
Yeah.
hits the same. And we were trying to say, is it because the product has gotten worse, or is it because our taste buds have gotten older?
It's a good
Probably the
question.
older.
I
Or
think
maybe
things have
both.
also changed to a certain extent because there's like certain things that just like for instance, I used to love Reese's Pieces cereal, like the Reese cereal.
Yes.
I loved
Mhm.
it when I was a kid. It tastes like styrofoam to me now. I'm like, there's no way it's gotten that different from the time I was a kid. It just tastes like styrofoam with zero taste now.
But that's what it would be without sugar, right? I feel like maybe they cut back on sugar because there's so much pressure to cut back on sugar, and in general.
But I loved the peanut butter taste in it. It had such a good peanut butter.
Brought to you by sugar.
I also
Brought to you
kind of
by-
almost wonder if it's because like back then it was always like a treat and you didn't get things as like now we can just go to the store and pick it up.
Yeah.
We have our own money. And so it there might have been a little bit of we rarely
The
get this.
Yeah.
And so
Dishing out from
I'm
the
convinced that's
cereal.
different. I'm convinced that they completely changed it. It tastes like garbage.
When you think about all of the information that we collect about different food chemicals and stuff, like yes, and making things way cheaper as well. Like when you cheapen the formulas, it just doesn't. It's just not the same because like they've tried to bring back so many things, and it just doesn't hit the same. And probably those chemicals hit my brain in a certain way, and it just doesn't do that anymore. Maybe because my brain is old. I don't know.
No, I think you're right. There's a lot of cheapening of the product.
I think so for sure. Well, and there has been something to be said too about like them changing the sizing of things, like where like Reese cups. Like I'm going back to Reese. That must have been something I really liked when I was a kid. But like the Reese cups were like quite big when you were a kid, and now they're smaller. And people are like, "Oh, it's probably just because I'm older." But they actually have like kept the same price, but like they made the smaller to make it more profitable. So there is things that have changed.
Is it smaller, or is it the fact
It
that
is
your hands were smaller back then and they're
But
bigger
that's
now?
what I was just saying. That's what I was just saying is like they
point.
want to make you think that. They want to make you think that, but there was an article that actually measured that things that they have made certain things, chocolate bars, Reese cups, all those things are made a little smaller now to change the profit margin. The scammers.
It's called shrinkflation, where the price stays the same, but the amount of product that you're getting gets smaller and
is
smaller. Because you
Hey,
can always fit
Pandora.
a dollar into your budget.
It's really quite a combination, I think, of both of those things, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Our memories and yeah.
I was gonna say I also wonder there's lots of stuff that you guys can't have in Canada that we throw in our food. I'm wondering if you should get that cereal when you're down in the States and take it back to Kendra and see
Okay.
if it
I would so
Okay.
And then-
let's do
comparison
it.
for sure.
if it tastes close to it, then when you guys come back in July, we'll like stock her up with it.
Hell
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, 2 trips. You get to
Down.
taste test the stuff from the first trip. So Niskers,
We'll send-
anything you need, let me know.
American snacks up.
Nice.
Just
American
bring in
snacks.
Love
extra.
American snacks.
That's
And
beautiful.
we're excited about the Canadian ones.
I know. Those wafer things. What were those?
Oh, the
crisp-
Oh, I
Cocoa
brought you the
Crisps?
coffee crisp.
Oh, coffee
Yes.
crisps, yes.
Oh, coffee crisp. Yeah.
Oh, I loved those.
Rebecca, they have them at Cost Plus World Market.
Really?
I got a big one.
Oh, no
Well,
way.
I need some.
Well, just let
They
me
have Tim
know. I'll
Tams
bring
there,
you
too.
guys whatever you guys need. You know, ketchup
I
chips
need
for
those.
sure.
Oh, and I guess these ketchup chips. That I,
That she's
And
so
all dressed.
excited about.
There's
Clearly.
delicious. There's
I don't even
delicious.
know what this is. I'm just picturing a chip dipped in ketchup. So
No, it's not like that. at
Think
all.
like
I
you know,
don't-
like barbecue flavored chips. It's ketchup
Yeah.
flavored chips.
Yeah.
Have
It's
you
so
ever had the
powdery.
Ruffles all dressed? They do all
Yes.
dressed chips up there. It's
All
all
dressed?
dressed, so it's a combination like salt and vinegar, barbecue, and I
you
think
guys
ketchup
don't have
chips.
all dressed.
We do,
Oh,
but
okay.
it's more recent. Like
wow.
we have it in Ruffles has all dressed.
I
Shout out
don't need
to-
a lot of chips.
Shout out to Pandora in the chat. Welcome, Pandora. Look, what was it? Mikey brought up MASH, which is I don't. Were we talking about TV shows at some point? We were, weren't
Oh,
we?
but
I think so, but that's definitely isn't that 80s?
It's 80s, but
yeah, I
it
think
does take me back to childhood as the one show that I would leave the room. I fucking hated it when I heard that.
As soon as the music started, it was like-
doo-doo. I'm out of here. I hate this show. I'm a child. This is boring. Yeah. But then you talk to someone
Remember
like,
our
MASH
parents
was the
watching that
greatest
one.
thing ever.
my parents watched it too.
Parents
Yeah,
love
so did mine. Like I didn't get it when I was a kid, but it's on Disney now, and I actually like it. more now than I did when I was a kid.
I almost
So
feel
maybe
like I should
that's a
challenge
true
That
point.
means
that
you're
Measure
old.
Locked.
So Dawson's Creek when you're old sucks, but MASH when you're old
MASH
is
is-
now good.
It switches. Yeah.
It
Yes.
switches up.
Honestly,
Got
that was one of my dad's favorite shows. So like I definitely have a soft spot for it.
Yeah.
It was my dad's favorite too.
Yeah.
Dads love MASH. Dads
Yeah, they
love
do.
MASH.
Dads love MASH.
Yeah. There you go, Mikey. Dads love MASH.
I want to. I'm making that T-shirt for our merch shop. Copyright
Oh,
me
yeah.
right now.
I was
Dads
gonna
love
say that
MASH.
sounds like a great
Love
t-shirt.
nostalgia.
Nobody
T-shirt,
touch that
Dads
shit.
love
It's
MASH.
mine. Actually, it's not. Who said it first? Kendra.
I did.
I'll give you
yeah.
half the profits.
Done.
Dads
do
love
it.
MASH. Got it. Wrote it down. It's gonna happen tomorrow when I'm sober.
it.
I'll be like,
Love
"What the
it.
fuck is that?"
Make sure
And then
Make
write,
sure you
write
get it
something
on
on there.
soon.
Ask Kendra.
Ask Kendra, who's also gonna
Or-
be drunk.
just watch the playback.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm gonna edit this shit.
Well,
move on.
make sure that it gets on pretty soon because Father's Day will be coming up. in
Oh,
June.
See,
I
she's
feel
thinking.
It's time for a drink.
Okay.
Oh, we're on to year 2 for Dope Nostalgia because we only did 1.5 so far.
Oh man.
Yes,
I'm gonna die
so,
tonight. Fuck. Okay. I'm just having a little quarter of a shot.
Yeah. Well, I have to divide these up because I have to parent and shit. So,
All right. So
and
year
every
2 of
time
Dope
I get on
Nostalgia.
with Naomi, I end up drunk.
We do that. Cheers, lovelies.
Cheers.
Mike's
Cheers.
gonna order a MASH. Dads love MASH shirt.
Yeah, you will, Mikey.
Okay. Okay. Let's get through.
Are
this.
we?
We've gotten through 2
Yeah.
questions out of a million, so I guess I should speed it up. But the best part is the conversation. We're having a great time.
Yeah.
We're having a great
I hope
conversation.
you're having a good time.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Hope,
hope-
the people in the chat are having a good time.
Are you having a good time out there, people in Chatland? I hope so. Okay.
Chatland.
Yeah,
What-
you're not drunk at all.
We're gonna go through. Well, I didn't eat yet today either. I got a fucking.
Ooh,
Good
yeah.
thing I'm getting a ride. Fuck. Okay. Favorite Pokemon. Now, some of us are too old for Pokemon. When it initially came out, I was like 18, 19, 20. I was like, didn't even care. I like Pokemon now as an adult. But I'm going to start with Jimmy. Do you have a favorite Pokemon?
I never got into Pokemon. I judge people that are involved in Pokemon. You in particular, I judge you when we're sitting there at a bar and you're doing Pokemon Go from your chair.
Fuck you.
And I do judge you, and I judge you openly.
fucking asshole.
I've never got into. I got a funny story though. My cousin, he was 5. He was into Pokemon,
Yeah.
and we took him to the Pokemon movie.
hmm
And for the first 10 minutes of the movie, all it was like all the weird sounds they make, like whatever, all the weird noises. And then finally someone actually spoke, and I went, "There's people in here." And I guess I said it quite loudly, and everybody in the bar in the theater started laughing. Yeah, I do judge Pokemon people.
Because no one judges lightsaber people ever.
No, never.
Shots fired.
I love you, Jimmy. Asshole. I love you.
I think Rebecca's getting a score update.
Oh, okay. Update us all on the score.
It's tied.
It's tied. So they've come back.
They have come back.
Ooh,
And
exciting.
it's the
Yeah.
end of the third quarter, so we have a whole quarter of play to go.
Excellent.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of screaming. So actually what he did is he came in to check my drink and see if I needed a drink. Isn't that like the best husband ever?
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, do you need a drink?" And then he started talking about the game.
We're very excited to meet Tyrone. I haven't met Tyrone yet. Jimmy hasn't met Tyrone yet.
Aw,
No.
he's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
I like him.
he loads you up with drinks constantly.
Yeah, he does. He likes to keep us all tipsy or drunk.
I leave my car at their house often.
Yeah,
And
he does.
DoorDash home.
It's almost like it's my third car his Chrissy's car out front of my house.
There
Fuck
was,
yeah.
there was one day I went, my husband went to go, I think, watch the game, or he went to go do something, and I had to take my son and we needed to go somewhere. And it was after I'd been at their house sometime, and I walk out front and I was like, "There's the car." And then I was like, "Oh crap. I left it at Rebecca's house," because this was like Sunday. I'd left it there Friday night. Totally forgot that I left my car there. Didn't go anywhere on Saturday. So I had to like Uber to her house, and my husband gets like the notification. He's like, "Where are you going?" And I was like, "Going to pick up my car." I
Happens
forgot.
often.
I totally
Tyrone's
forgot. where I
really
left
good
it.
about keeping your cup filled. So you don't even know really how much you've drank, because like you could be partially down on one drink and he'll add more to it, or he'll give you another drink and you start having like 3 drinks in front of you, different ones, and it's fun. Just ask anybody that's been here. He keeps us happy.
Hydrated.
Not hydrated, more dehydrated.
Cheers to you, Tyrone. Cheers
Yeah.
to you.
Oh, here. I'll have to.
Cheers.
Now, I want to ask Niskers about her favorite Pokemon.
So I was a little on the upper edge of the age when Pokemon originally came out, but I had a little brother who was in, like, he was right in that age. So, and of course, everything he had, I needed too, because spoiled brat kid. So I was classic Pikachu, because Pikachu was so cute.
Mhm.
And
do agree.
in today's day and age, when I was playing Pokemon Go a couple of years ago, Glameow. Glameow was my favorite because, you know, the cats and the glamorous and all that stuff. So, yeah.
Glameow is
And then
beautiful.
I owned a cat cafe. I owned and ran a cat cafe for a few years.
I loved that place.
Yeah.
And it was
amazing.
great. And both Kenny and Naomi came to visit, and both Naomi adopted a kitty, and we adopted out 265 cats in the time we were open. Where was I going with that? Oh my God. Oh, right. We had
It doesn't matter. That's
one of those
amazing.
big, gigantic Snorlax beds, like the kind that you order from some faraway site, and then you have to fill it with the beads. We got a giant Snorlax bed, and I loved taking pictures of the kitties, the really little ones, right in the middle of Snorlax's belly.
Oh.
So Snorlax has such a special place in my heart because of the cats and the cafe.
Will you share that
You
picture
you
with
had
us?
such great like stuff you could get from the cafe. Like you had that Nintendo box too, like the cat scratching box, and they could jump inside. It was like a Nintendo Game Boy.
Mhm.
I still own mine. My cats still love it.
So great.
It's really
I love
cute
it.
because sometimes the cats will go in there and they pop their little heads up and it looks like they're actually on the screen of the Game Boy. And I'm like, oh, this is my favorite game. I love when the cats
Oh
pop
my
up.
gosh, I am just loving this so much.
Her cat
Let
cafe
me
was
see
so
if I can find some
awesome.
pictures.
Yeah.
It was pretty neat.
How far away is that from Michigan? When we go to Michigan, it's not close, is it?
It's actually further
No.
away than you are right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm above you, Rebecca.
That's a good place to be.
Uh-huh.
On top.
No,
Naomi's
you're-
on
you're-
top.
I am closer to you guys here than we will be in Michigan. So, just so you know. Jimmy and I we only have like a 3-hour flight to you. Yeah. But it's like a 4-hour flight from here to Toronto.
Oh,
And that's how you say it. You say Toronto. You just kind of like slur it all together. That's how it's said.
Toronto.
Toronto.
Yeah, don't
Toronto.
say
Did I
Toronto.
say it right? Toronto.
Oh, that's like us. Sacramento. We don't say
skip
Sacramento.
letters.
We
Yeah,
the
Sacramento.
T, yeah.
Sacramento?
Santa
Sacramento.
Ana. We don't pronounce the T's. Yeah.
Mm. So just don't pronounce the T's in California.
There aren't any.
I guess
I thought you
didn't
meant in
realize
the
it.
word California, and I was like, there
No,
aren't
no,
any
no, no.
T's
I
in the
mean,
word.
like in your state. Yeah.
Chrissy's like, Naomi, maybe you should slow down on the drinks. There is no tea in California.
like
Learn
like,
to read.
I heard it with my kids. Button. We don't say button. They say button. Or no, but
Button.
Button?
button.
Button.
We don't say button. They say button.
Calgary.
And it's
Wait,
Tyrone actually pronounces his T's though, because he's that kind
Yeah.
of person.
because he pronounces Canada.
Yeah, he does.
Pokemon.
Okay.
Chrissy. Oh, let's see. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god, that's so cute.
That is the cutest thing ever. I
Now
love cats.
you want one for your house.
Mhm.
I was
yeah.
too old for
Mhm.
Pokemon. I took my kids to a Pokemon movie. I only know about Pikachu and like Eevee, and Pikachu is cute. So I'll go with Pikachu.
Sure.
Good
Where's
choice.
Rebecca?
I have a whole story to go with Pokemon.
Yes.
So I hated Pokemon.
Did they write
And
more
the
than
reason-
words?
I'm
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. I love you.
Jar Jar wrote. Okay, so at the time when Pokemon first came out, I worked at Sears, and so that they had Sears Experience where they put like they featured certain things. And at the time when Pokemon came out, we were the only ones that had Pokemon shit, and that is why I hate Pokemon, because the area was always a mess and it was in my spot where I had to keep it clean. It was impossible. I had mothers yelling at me because we never had shirts in stock. Like I had anything to do with the shirts. And it was a mess. I hated it. I hate Pokemon. And Tyrone and I both met when we worked at Sears together.
Mhm.
And so we hated Pokemon together. And I remember us talking about how even before we realized we were going to be married and have our own children together, but we would discuss how much we hated it and how we hoped our kids would never, ever, ever like Pokemon. And we had kids that ended up liking Pokemon. And so, yeah, I hate Pokemon. And however, this was it Glam Meow?
Glam Meow. Yeah.
I think that if I was a Pokemon person, that would be my favorite one, because again, I freaking love cats, and I'm so glad that we're at Meow Meow Crew, because did I mention I like cats?
See, Niskers, you got another fellow cat lover here. It's great.
Mhm. Oh God, I love cats.
It's almost as like
You should
Be-
see Nisker's tattoos. She's got a bunch of cat tattoos.
I want it. I only have one tattoo yet, but I am definitely getting cat tattoos. And oh my God, look
Aw.
at that kitty right there in the belly button. That is just so cute. So cute.
oh, I love that.
I'll
It's
go
funny
see if I can find one of my cats. I'll be right back.
when you think about for sure. When you think about too, like jobs that had to do with like and how that pissed you off with the Pokemon. Mine was I worked at Hallmark in the 90s for a very short time, and I hated the whole Beanie Baby craze
Oh, I can see that. Yeah.
at that time. But it
Yeah.
also added an element of interest to the job, because otherwise I'd just be counting cards. Fucking boring. So Beanie Babies, better. Much better. You know?
I hated Pokemon. I downloaded Pokemon Go to my phone just because. Oh, really? Yay! Thank you, Chrissy, for telling me. 9 years are up. Yay!
Kendra, did you have a favorite Pokemon?
Yeah, so I watched the show back in the day.
Yeah.
And what was it? Charmander was my favorite. I liked
One of the
Charmander.
starters.
Yeah, I did. I thought he was really cute. And of course, Pikachu. Love Pikachu. And then I did sort of get into Pokemon Go when it first came out. But I've been like notorious for having a phone that doesn't work with Pokemon Go. So I just didn't continue with that game. But yeah.
I didn't.
pretty much that.
I didn't really pay attention to Pokemon when it was big at the time because I was older. But I got into Pokemon Go when it came out, and I'm still hardcore into it. As Jimmy told me, I'm a huge
Made
nerd.
fun.
I
I
love that
I
you
loved
do it.
the show. I loved the show.
I
But like
I can't get into the show. It's just the game
But-
I like.
I was young enough to enjoy it back then. But I do have to say I did have a lot of fun playing Pokemon Go the one night when you were in my area and you're like, I'm gonna play Pokemon Go, and I came and met you and we went to the liquor store.
Of course, we went to the liquor store first.
We grabbed alcohol and we're walking around the park by my place playing Pokemon Go
Yeah.
at like 10 or 11 o'clock at night. And this was like 2 years ago. Or
She lives in an area called Greasebah, which is like a Pokemon, like a heaven.
Hot
You know?
spot.
It's a hot spot. Yeah. So we were drinking and playing. But my favorite Pokemon is Hitmontop. Because do you guys know Hitmontop? No one? It's
What does
the
it look like?
dancing. It's the dancing. He's got like this 90 B-boy fucking dance that he does. And then he jumps up on his head and spins around in a break dance. Fucking love him. He's so 90s. Hitmontop. That's the guy.
I changed my
Bulbasaur.
answer. That one sounds cool.
He's so
You're
cool.
like, okay,
Look
I'll
him
go with
up.
that one.
Look up Hitmontop. Pandora Knight says Bulbasaur was her favorite.
Oh, yeah.
Bulbasaur. Yes. Was Walter P my district manager at Hallmark? I have no idea. I was just a plebeian there. Is that what is that a real word?
Plebeian?
I was
Plebeian?
just I was at the bottom
Plebe?
of the ladder. The
Plebe?
ladder at Hallmark. I worked there for a few months and got through Christmas and said, fuck this. Okay, next.
Whiskers, your kitty is so pretty.
Oh, you went and got your kitty.
Is that Chatters?
Yeah, this is Chatties.
Yeah.
Aw, hi. I was trying to call one of my cats to come over here, but I guess they're all ignoring me or napping.
Aw.
Aw, I love
Aw.
Chatter. So cute. Wonder if my boy's outside.
If you let him
Like
in that
we're
door,
the
if you
meeting
let
of
him
the
in that door, he's going to cling to you for the next hour. Are you ready for it? Chester is so cute. He will just cling. Okay.
Oh,
I have no cat.
I know that we
I
have to
only
move
a
through
dog.
these a little faster because we have to be done by a
Okay.
certain time. I'm sorry.
there's a cat.
There's a kid. There we go. Now he's in the room.
Oh, is he all black?
Yeah.
Oh, long hair, black. Oh, how sweet. Oh, look at that face.
That's Chester.
Oh, that's adorable.
He's so fluffy.
What do
I
you
have a black cat too. His name's Vader. Sorry, go ahead.
What do you remember buying from Columbia House? We'll start with Jimmy. Did you ever join Columbia House Record
I
Club?
never joined Columbia House.
How did you How did you avoid
Wow.
that trap?
I grew up in a small town, and the shipping was like insane.
Was it?
So, yeah.
I never thought about the shipping cost. Probably because I just put it on my mom's credit card like an asshole.
Same.
And plus, you know, when I was a kid, and my dad was, what's the best way to put it? It was cheap. And you're not getting a Columbia House. You're not getting all these CDs that you don't need. Yeah. So
That's fair.
didn't really get
Cut
into
off. You're one of the few who escaped the trap. Good.
it.
Okay,
Exactly.
You're the smart one.
I desperately need a big glass of water. I'll be right back. You got. I'm serious. Like, I'm so stupid right now. I need water. Oh, almost dropped that.
I'm
We
gonna
can
run to
talk
the
about your
restroom.
cat, Kendra.
Yes, this is Chester.
Hi, Chester. I love the white whiskers. He's just like, yeah, I'm
And
here.
he loves to be hugged and snuggled, and he'll let me hold him like this pretty much probably for the rest of the night if I let him.
Oh my gosh, that's so amazing.
Yeah, he's very snuggly. He's part Maine Coon.
Is he your only one?
I have one other one. Her name is Ashes.
Oh,
Ash's
Yeah.
Vander Hayden.
Yep, that's true. That is correct.
If anybody
I
needs
love
a
cats
bathroom
with a-
break or whatever, just let me know.
Full
okay.
names on cats. I love them.
Yeah.
How many cats do you have, Niskers?
Currently, our quota is at 3.
Yeah.
We were at 4, but my all black cat decided that he wants to pee on absolutely everything.
Oh.
Everything to the point I couldn't even keep up with it. I didn't have people over to my house for like 6 years because I was so afraid that someone was going to come over and it was going to smell like pee.
Yeah.
So one of my husband's clients ended up, he's got a really nicely run acreage. So Mr. Jackson went out to live on the acreage where he pees freely on everything and is happy.
Oh,
Happy as
Aw,
heck.
that's
And
good.
he's doing really well.
Oh, that worked out perfectly.
Yeah. It was so sad.
Yeah, it's hard to let
It
them
is
go,
hard to-
obviously.
Yeah, even if you knew that's the best for him and where he would enjoy it, it is hard to see them go.
Well, because like even though the vet told us like you guys have done absolutely everything you can possibly do to get this cat to calm down and like be okay with everybody else in your house, we have no other tips left for you. So I was literally at my wit's end, and still asking myself, like, did I do everything? Could I have just been a little bit more patient? But no,
you
it was
did
the
It
end.
everything.
sounds like you were a good mama and found a good home for
That's really
I
the
did,
perfect
thank
home.
you.
Yeah.
him.
Yeah,
Like a
pee
lot
on
of
as much
people,
stuff as you want.
a lot of people would do nothing to like do the right thing. Like you did the best in that
Mhm.
situation.
Exactly. You guys know me and how I feel about my cats.
Yep.
So
100%. 100%. So I
So
I
glad you
have to-
guys cannot hear what's happening in my house over there.
I do have to mention we have 35 minutes left and about 1 million questions.
Oh,
So
we should get going. Let's go. Colombians.
I'm enjoying our conversations, which is great. It's just like I just need to somehow get through these faster. Annie, when her brother was a member of Columbia House, we bought a lot of CDs. Hell yeah, you did. I wonder if you paid full. Did any of you pay full price for any of those CDs?
After, yeah,
Did
I did not flake on my commitment.
I
I'm
did.
guessing my mom did. I don't know. I didn't pay attention to that. I just got what was in the mail and
I don't think I got around to everybody. The whole rotation switched again. Who did not answer the question about Columbia House yet? Chrissy.
Well,
Oh yeah, so I got tons of different genres and everything. I had like New Kids on the Block, Boys to Men, EMF, Whitney Houston, Madonna, Guns N' Roses.
My EMF was on there too. Yep.
Oh my gosh, that was such a like Cake, Beck later on, Poison, like
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just exposed you to so many things. That was the nice thing about that era. I mean, now we have even more exposure to whatever music we want, but that was the best way we had then, other than like music video shows and stuff. To take in a whole album. Yeah. Rebecca, did you comment yet?
just that my
House?
mom probably was paid for her Kenny G album probably, and then like I ordered all the other stuff. And at that time, it was more like Belle Biv DeVoe and stuff like that I was into.
I think that's where I got my Belle Biv DeVoe tape.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
same.
that's where I got mine too.
Kendra?
I never did the Columbia House.
Too
It
young,
was-
didn't exist. Just
Yeah, I was a little too young, I think.
no, but remember they had
I am so
BMG.
interested. What year were you born?
1985.
Oh dear, that's way
That's
past.
like my little sister's age.
Yeah.
But
Now-
I do love the 90s.
Okay. What did you beg your parents to buy for you that's memorable? Jimmy.
Okay, Star Wars nerd. So the snow speeder from Empire Strikes Back, I begged for it and I did actually get it. It was awesome. And then my jerk of a brother broke it, but yeah.
Aw.
Oh, younger brother. I used to beat him up, so he used to break my stuff.
Trade off.
Oh, then he couldn't enjoy playing with it anymore either because he ruined it.
Yeah.
Well, what about you, Chrissy?
I'm trying to think. I feel like I was decently spoiled. I don't know if there was stuff. The only thing I can think of is like every Christmas, there was an art kit from the Sears catalog that I always put on my Christmas list, and my parents never bought it for me. And I think A, because it was too messy, and B, they were like, you don't have the talent. Like, so.
Are you serious?
No, I mean, no.
She really isn't that creative though.
I'm not that creative. I was
you
more.
are.
I'm like I'm a science and math person. I think
Oh,
that
math
they knew that I
games,
was
never mind.
not. I was
Math
not a
games.
painter. I was not an artist. I still do stick figures. They were like, let's invest this money in other places. They didn't
Did
say
I
that to
mention
my
she
face.
plays math games? With Adrian, not with me.
I have a whole class with kids about.
When I
math
heard about
games.
there was going to be math games, I was like, great. Sounds
Mm-mm.
fun.
No, Naomi, you and I could be at the bar while they play their math games. ain't doing no
Niskers.
math.
I really didn't have to beg for anything. I always wanted my own phone line, like
Yes.
desperately needed my own phone line, my own phone number and everything. So the compromise was I did eventually get an extension
Mhm.
in my bedroom, but never my own phone line.
So when you have an
Every-
extension, that just means that you have the plug-in in your room, but it's the same phone number. So you still have to like pick up the phone and check if someone's on the line.
Yeah. And if someone was on the internet, that fantastic sound.
Let's
The
destroy
dial-up.
what they're doing online. Pick up the phone.
Totally. Now, my little brother, again, because he needed a Tickle Me Elmo, well, I needed a Tickle Me Elmo as well. So my mom did end up getting both of us Tickle Me Elmos.
Oh, nice.
The original Cabbage Patch Kid craze, like 1984, my mom was part of that. I still have my original Cabbage Patch,
Mhm.
going back a little further than the 90s, but that's all right.
That's huge to still have it.
Yeah.
Mhm. I remember that.
Do you have it with you in your house?
Yeah, give me a second. Be right back.
I really want to see it. I'm like, she's going to get this now. Yes. Cool.
I remember my Cabbage Patch Kid was named Bunny Debbie.
Bunny Debbie?
Bunny Debbie, and she had
Bunny Debbie.
Mm-hmm. That's a name, right?
That's a stripper's name from the 80s.
Sorry, I had
Most
to
stripper
switch out.
names
I
used to
needed
be Cabbage Patch dolls.
Again.
From now on, I'm going to change my IG name to Bunny Debbie.
All right. The squares keep changing, so I keep losing track of who's next.
I haven't said anything yet, and I'm very excited to say what
for it.
my. Okay, so we're not talking. I'm not talking about my '80s experience with Cabbage Patch,
Okay.
but that would have been it. But I did get the Cabbage Patch. But the one thing I really wanted and begged my mom for was a Joe doll. You know, when New Kids
Yeah.
came out with the dolls, and I
Mhm.
wanted one so bad, and my mom told me no because, are you ready? She didn't want me to undress him and look what was under his pants.
Mm-hmm.
She wouldn't let me have the sheets because she didn't want me to sleep on top of the New Kids.
Yep. Sounds like how I was raised. Mm-hmm.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
So I never got a Joe doll until, was it, Chrissy, when did you get him for me?
I
My
think
birthday,
it was
I think.
your birthday in
2021?
2022 or 2021. You're right. You had it.
2021.
Wow.
I got my Joe doll.
My
'Cause we
sister
took
had
it to
a
Fenway.
Joe doll and a Jordan doll.
And I have undressed him and looked under his pants just because I had to.
Were you able to have Ken dolls?
Yeah, I had Ken.
See, that makes no sense because Ken, it was the same
I-
thing.
I don't know,
Lust.
but I'm
Did you
guessing
think
because
that
I
was
was
anatomically
older.
correct?
I think it's because I was older with Joe, and
And we know Joe's really packing, so you know, just so everyone knows, the dolls were not packing. They were Ken.
I'm
Ken
sure that's
flats.
not life size. Yeah,
Yep.
so I really wanted Joe. I didn't get him until Chrissy gave him to me. Thank you, Chrissy.
You're welcome. Also, I hope this audio is okay. My headphones I had to unplug.
Oh, it'll be okay.
Okay, because otherwise I was losing power.
Chrissy, did you answer the question?
I did.
You did. Okay, I'm sorry.
But
Ken-
also like Niskers, I wanted my own phone line and I did not get one, and it took forever to even just get a phone in my room.
When was it those clear phones that you could see the inside of the phone that everybody wanted?
That was in the
I had
90s.
Was that the 90s?
It
Or was
was
that
the
the
I had one of those.
That was
I had
Yeah.
one of those.
90s?
It was the 90s. Old dog spoiled.
Those
All
were
right.
so cool.
Oh,
Oh!
That is-
Oh!
Bunny Debbie.
No, that was mine. That's not Bunny
Oh, wait.
Debbie.
What's this one's name?
Her name, I renamed her to Joanne Shannon.
Joanne Shannon.
Joanne Shannon.
I love that you have her. She's in good condition.
It's not bad, hey? My
Mhm.
mom sewed this dress for her. She used to sew matching dresses for my Cabbage Patches and me. Like, it was amazing, the wardrobe my Cabbage Patch had. I'm sorry, I feel like I'm being so distracting from these questions. Look at my doll. Look at my cats.
No, I'm asking you. I'm asking you. It's great. I'm gonna write down the order of people because it keeps changing. That way, I don't fuck this up again. Does that make
It's
sense?
okay. We can
Because
tell you.
I know I still need to go for this question. I
Yep.
think Jimmy.
Kendra, Jimmy did.
I
you
did.
did? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. For me, the Power Wheels, the Jeeps that like you could drive
Mm-hmm.
and
Oh, like
yeah,
the big ones, not like a
the
little,
big ones.
like the one you actually ride in.
Yeah, the
Oh,
Power
okay.
Wheels. Yeah, I wanted one of those real bad. I never got one.
And now
We-
she
we
works
were-
at a car
we-
dealership.
And now I work at a car dealership. I've driven everything from Corvettes to ambulances, DATS buses, like you name it, I've driven it.
Wow.
I guess that was very telling to something I was gonna enjoy when I was older. Like I want a Jeep.
What did I beg for? Two
Mhm.
things I remember begging for was I begged for Dream Glow Barbie. I got it. I got the Dream Glow Barbie at Christmas. But I also suffered with the same thing where it wasn't my mom. My mom didn't care. She'd get me Barbie, no problem. It was more like the grandparents. The grandparents didn't want me having stuff like that because of the
Really?
anatomically correctness of it. Yeah. And I remember my
Oh, so
grandma
they were
being
like my mom.
yeah, and they were like, you can't have a Ken doll or boy dolls because they thought the same thing. But then because I needed a boy to play with, I would just cut off the hair. I would make, that weird Barbie in the movie?
Yeah.
I would make a weird Barbie, so I cut off all the hair, and that would be the boy. So basically, you'd end up with lesbian Barbies. And I'm sure my grandma would have loved that. Yeah, she would have loved that. And that's what I did. Yep. But the other
I
thing,
love hearing these stories.
I made my own boys. It's fine. Yeah, it worked great. Any crushes you don't care for now? Crushes that you had in the 90s that now you're like, why did I? It doesn't do anything for you now. I'm gonna start with Jimmy.
Okay, she wasn't 90s. It was like late 80s though, close enough.
Okay.
Kim Cattrall.
Oh,
Oh.
Sex in the City.
But I've lost interest at Sex in the City.
Really?
Yeah, but I got a crush on her from the first Mannequin movie, which came out in 87, 88.
That was an
Mhm.
amazing movie. I remember that. Yeah.
I
Fun
had a
movie.
huge crush on her, and then now not so much.
No. Okay, now I got a list in front of me. Nicole Niskers.
I mean, all of them that I don't care for now because they were all kids back then. I don't know. Nobody problematic. Nobody really sticks out. Like, how could you?
See, that's the thing. A lot of times it's not that you didn't like them anymore because of looks or anything. It's because they did something.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, no, not into that.
No, I feel that way about most celebrities in general.
Mhm.
I don't like any of them to begin with, and then they do things that make me go, ooh. So, nothing to report. Pass.
I love it. Chrissy,
Yeah, nothing sticks out in my head.
you still love the same ones,
Pretty.
the
yeah.
same celebrity crushes. That's good. That means I didn't let you down. Even Jordan.
That was no, but that's more
You were,
adult. It was
no, but you were a
Joey.
Joe girl. You were a Joe girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. She swerved later in life. Rebecca.
Oh, I have two.
Mhm.
I know you guys are all, I don't have any. Kirk Cameron. I absolutely loved him. I had his posters up on my wall
That's a
before
good pick.
Joe came out. Kirk Cameron, no. I ain't even like admitting to that anymore.
Yeah.
Like
And then
dry-
the other
you're like dry
one-
like the Mojave now.
Yeah, no. Oh God. Yeah. And then also, and I'm still haven't gotten back on this other boat is Tom Cruise. I'm just not a Tom Cruise person anymore either. I loved them both. And
Those
now
are-
I'm like,
Those are two perfect picks for this because totally, like, so many people had Tom Cruise crushes, and then he jumped on Oprah's
Mhm.
couch.
and then you're like, what the fuck, Tom Cruise? No, thank you.
He just made a fool of himself. Kendra.
Yeah, so no, nothing.
Yeah,
Sorry, I don't mean to
I-
run through too quickly either.
No, go
No,
for
not
it.
to
No.
cut people off.
you gotta get going with these. It's cool.
Sorry.
Honestly, pretty much any of the guy crushes, and I ended up gay.
Yes! That I think you should have another shot for that one.
Stop for that. Let's go.
All the boys, fuck it. I
Three.
like
Fuck those
vaginas.
guys.
I love the fact that you're drinking right out of the bottle, Kendra.
Yes, I don't have to
Cheers.
work tomorrow.
Cheers.
Cheers.
That bottle was full when we started.
Mine would be
Not anymore.
Gavin Rosdale. I had hello.
Hi, Michael.
Hi, Michael. No,
This is Minecraft PJs.
oh, those are cool creepers on there. Yeah, nice.
Oh, I thought you were talking about his face. He's been using the Oculus, so he's like red and red, right?
No,
Oh
he's
no,
got-
I was talking
he's got-
about the
He's got
Minecraft.
pajamas.
Minecraft.
Oh yeah. I
Creepers.
think this is like day 4 or 5 of PJs. He's been sick. Here.
Oh,
hold on,
man.
So mine was Gavin Rosdale because I thought he was just the hottest thing in like mid 90s. And then I saw them live and they were boring as hell. And then he cheated on Gwen Stefani and I'm like, ew, fuck you. Done. That's what
Done
happened
and
there.
done.
Done.
Pandora and Mike both said
Aw.
Madonna
Both said Madonna, hey? Mikey
Yeah.
and Pandora.
and
Yeah.
Julian Sands.
Julian
I have to
Sands,
admit,
I'm picturing. Yeah.
I don't
what
know
was
who
he
that
in?
is.
I'm picturing
Julian's-
his face.
He
Julian Sands.
was in the Warlock movies. He
Mm-hmm.
was in a couple B movies that I know of that you would have never even heard of.
Yeah,
Um,
don't know that person.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
This one should be brief, I think, because I think we know a lot of them already. First celebrity crush. The first one. Jimmy.
Okay, you guys are gonna make fun of me, and it's not one of the new kids.
Oh, okay. Oh, are you sure?
Aw.
Okay.
So, Christina Wagner, she was Felicia in General Hospital.
Are you serious?
My mom we used to watch it like it was beyond after school, and whenever she was there, I just sit and watch. I had a huge crush on her, and I still kind of do get hot and
She's still
hot and bothered
beautiful.
when it. Oh yeah,
Oh,
That is
she
so
was one of my
crazy.
favorite characters on General Hospital.
I
Yeah,
was
when
a
you
Frisco
said Felicia.
freak.
Oh yes. Oh. mhm.
He was one of my
Yeah.
first crushes. Jack Wagner. Are you
Mhm.
kidding me? General Hospital for the win. Nice job,
Oh.
Jimmy. Niskers.
First one would have been Joey from the New Kids on the Block, but first wallpapered all over my bedroom was Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Ooh, Home Alone. That is a popular
Choice.
choice.
Yeah.
Choice.
Yes. And he's only recently been in a sighting again. People are seeing him. I saw recently, like a month ago or something. It was all over my X feed, Twitter feed. Like, JTT is out and about. About.
He doesn't even look like himself anymore. Well, you don't say. It's 30 years later. Come on now. Like,
Yeah, none
grow
of us
up. We all
No
did.
kidding.
Exactly. Chrissy.
So we talked about mine, I think, last year at this time. Mine was Christopher Crabbe, aka Jonah Roberts from Danger Bay.
Danger Bay.
That was my first crush.
We talk
Chrissy
about
and
this
her
because
Danger Bay.
Chrissy loves Danger Bay. And then I remember the first time you told me that, and I'm like, this is a Canadian show. How did you even get Danger Bay? And
Disney
she
Channel.
did. Disney Channel.
Yeah. Joey was my second one, but he was my total first.
Rebecca.
It was Kirk Cameron.
It's okay. We all make
Unfortunately.
mistakes in life. It's okay.
Canceled.
And you know, I want to add in there though, Ralph Macchio was also kind of up, kind of high.
Mhm.
You know, again, but that's more 80s.
That's fine.
Then
That's fine if
they
it's
all
80s.
went to the side. They all went to the side once New Kids came out. I forgot who any other guy was ever, and I went straight to Joe, and I've loved him ever since.
It makes sense. 80s is fine. It totally makes sense with our age group too. Kendra?
Mhm.
I guess my first crush would have been Taylor Hanson.
Because you look like a girl.
The long
Is
hair.
that the Oom Bop people?
The Bop, yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love it.
Yeah, I
Love it.
loved him. When
Yeah.
like mistakenly thought they were girls and then found out they were boys. Okay, that's okay. But being like hardcore in the closet back then, of course, like Taylor Hanson was like the one.
You're like, close
Nev
enough.
Nev Campbell was definitely in the closet for me though. Nev Campbell was.
Oh,
the one.
okay. Well, she's
Angelina
yeah.
Jolie was another one too. That was in there.
Hey, we're
She's
all
probably-
attracted to Angelina Jolie at some point.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
One of my friends from high school and then a college roommate looked so much like Nev Campbell, and it was that 94 to 98 era ish.
She had that
Oh,
girl next
yeah.
door look.
Yeah, between her being the girl next door and Angelina being like the badass, like just covered
Like a
everything.
vixen.
Like Tomb Raider Angelina.
Like Girl Interrupted crazy. Gia was like one of my favorite ones when I was younger.
Mine would have been the very first one was Bo Duke from Dukes of Hazzard.
Oh.
Yeah. Which is funny because I've grown up to like tall, dark, and handsome. Like I'm more into dark guys after a certain point. Like Jordan ruined me for everything in the future. But like,
Yeah.
no, I was into Bo Duke. I was into Bo Duke, and then I was into Jack Wagner, and then I was into Jordan, and then it all went from there. So, yeah.
I've been listening to Jack Wagner on Spotify lately.
Really?
Yes.
He had a good voice.
We watched
eh?
Melrose Place like front to back, and then I learned that he had some singles out, so I've been listening to them and like driving around.
I had
I
no idea
was
that
too
was-
young.
That's no excuse. Holy shit!
49 hours.
We have to have our
Mine
Frisco.
isn't updating.
What? What's
Tyrone
happening?
just screamed at us. Did you hear Tyrone scream at me?
No, what just happened?
Yes.
Super Bowl.
Karene! Hi, Karene. Welcome
So
to
did
the
they-
chat.
'Cause I
Mikey,
love
is
you.
that
There's still
Debbie
56
Gibson?
seconds left.
Mikey, do you mean Debbie Gibson?
And then Pandora said Mario Lopez or Alyssa Milano.
And Melissa.
Oh,
And Alyssa.
oh my
Oh,
God,
and
I love
Mario
Alyssa Milano.
Lopez.
I know she's
Mario
great.
Lopez's muscles. Whew.
Mario
Oh,
Lopez hasn't aged.
I
No, he
know.
hasn't.
Really? Not really.
No,
he,
it's
looks.
bizarre.
He looks solid.
Like
He
a fine
was-
wine.
Yeah.
He was young, and now he looks like him, but
Yeah, Mikey was Debbie
Older?
Gibson.
not old.
Not Tara Kemp, Mikey.
He loves Tara Kemp.
yeah,
But yeah, and so Karene's here, and Mario Lopez and Alyssa Milano are here. No, just kidding. He looks like a mannequin. Yeah, kind of. Just like Kim Cattrall, baby. All right.
Yep.
Let's go to okay, first of all, did you say that the 49ers are going to the Super Bowl?
Well, so
Congratulations.
I'm still showing that there's like 55 seconds left, but that could also be that they have the ball and that they're just gonna like take down.
According to what Tyrone just yelled at me, we're going to the Super Bowl. So, yay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they have the ball. They have the ball.
Oh, you
So
know
that
what
they're
this means, Chrissy? On the Super Bowl, we have to wear our ears just because superstition
Yeah.
and shit.
So
I
it's going
can't
to
take
be
my nail
so
polish off.
so it's going to be the
Just going-
49ers and Kansas City Chiefs?
Yes.
Yeah. Which is really cool
Oh.
because a lot of the, like, back in the day, like, a lot of the 49ers went
Went-
to the Chiefs. So it's
Like,
kind of cool.
children.
And it's a rematch of, like, before, and the Chiefs won, and now it's going to be 49ers. All. Anyway,
Okay, so
happy
now
for
our
you guys.
attention is fully on you.
yay, football.
I'm happy for you guys. Success. All
We're
right. well,
halfway through the questions. Let's go.
are we halfway?
Got
Okay.
it.
Did you buy teen magazines and which ones, basically? Jimmy?
The only magazines I bought when I was a kid was like Popular Science.
Yeah?
Popular,
Oh.
yeah.
I love that so much that you said that.
Popular
Yep.
Science. So
I didn't even know that was a
Sounds amazing.
magazine.
it sounds
Hi.
familiar.
Popular Science and Popular Mechanics. Because they used to do a lot of, this is what cars are going to look like in the future and stuff like that. And I was a bit of a science nerd when I was younger.
Oh, you and Chrissy are gonna have fun together.
Oh, fuck yeah. You guys could do math games.
That's
Science.
gonna be all sciencey and do math and
Okay, don't get carried
know,
away.
they're
I
not gonna
used
be
to. I
drunk.
got over it. I mean,
Oh, you have
I'm
to
on-
play Muggins with me. You have to play Muggins with me.
oh,
There'll be tons of time where we're just like hanging around waiting. We can play for shots.
what
Oh.
could go wrong?
Math game. It'll be awesome.
Ready to go, yeah.
Niskers, did you buy teen magazines?
I did. YM, Teen, 17. Basically every single magazine that ever had a picture of Jonathan Taylor Thomas on the cover that needed to come home so I could have more wallpaper in my walls. All of it. And then my mom was a magaziner as well. So always National Enquirer and all the ladies' magazines. I was always surrounded by it.
Elle, Flair, Vogue, all those. They're not teen magazines, but they were there.
Yeah,
Cosmo.
Was Flair Canadian?
Flair was Canadian. Yeah.
Okay. That's
It was,
probably why I
Flair
didn't
was
like
like
that
the
one.
Canadian Elle, I think. Kind of. More fashion forward.
Yeah, never liked that one.
My girlfriends and I would like sit around and look at the magazines and we'd cut out our favorite pictures of the models and be like, this is going to be our outfit. And then we're going to marry this guy and we're going to live in this house. It was like that.
Mash out of the magazines.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say that's just the other kind of mash. That was the mash that we liked.
That was the good
Yeah.
match.
when I'm at war.
Chrissy.
Teen Beat, Bop, Big Bopper,
Tiger Beat.
YM, Tiger Beat, 17, all of those.
Bop and Big Bopper were the best because of their nice pages.
And the
The fold out
centerfolds.
ones. Yeah.
Yes.
Those fold out ones. That depended on which one I was buying at the grocery store that day.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it was babysitting money, and it was all of them. Like, that's so much. That's where all of my babysitting money went. Was those and then the cards.
Oh, 100%. Rebecca?
I didn't do like the 17 and those ones. I only did like Bop, Teen Beat, Tiger. Or wait, no. Yeah, Tiger Beat. I only did those ones because of New Kids and yeah. Whichever one had the better centerfold was the one I got
Kirk Cameron?
that week.
I'm sorry. He was in them for a while.
The look she gave you when you said
She's not going to let me come over anymore.
those eyes said it all.
I'm getting canceled.
Wipe Kirk Cameron away and pretend he wasn't there.
Okay. Fair enough. We will do that. Kendra.
Yeah, I was the Bop, Tiger Beats, Teen Beats. Pretty much anything that had Hanson on the cover was like my jam. And then once I like upgraded, went to Pink, and then it was anything that Pink was on the cover of it. And then, yeah, pretty much.
That's good. Yeah. Mine YM was my favorite of the girly ones, you know, like the with fashion and stuff. YM was amazing. And then I also remember Sassy.
Oh, yeah.
Sassy was good. It was more it was almost more of an alternative flavor to the other ones because they had like Courtney Love on one of the big covers. I remember Courtney and Kurt were like on one of the covers of Sassy, and they wouldn't have done that on YM.
That would have been further down for me, and I wouldn't have seen them. So
That's fair. That's fair. But then, of course, I did all the Big Bopper and all of that too for New Kids Era. And Paula Abdul and Janet pinups and Tiffany and Debbie, I got all those pinups from those. And then the other one that's actually a bit different that I got religiously was Metal Edge magazine, because they had Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
And like,
oh, you and your
I
Bon
got some of those.
Jovi. Yes, I
Yeah.
can see this.
Yeah.
Yes.
so because Bon Jovi, I
remember
don't think
seeing
Bon
that in
Jovi
the
was in
store.
like the Teen Beat or anything, were they? Was John ever in one of those?
I don't think so.
Mhm.
But yeah, I
Sometimes?
remember Metal Edge. I got Metal Edge. There was even one time where Pink was on the cover of it, and I was like, I have to get that. I was like, why is she on that? But I'm in there.
What do we
But
got?
she was also working with like some rockers at the time.
I
Aerosmith?
think Bon Jovi was like on the cover, like in the Young Guns era. Like there was a few times it was like more of
They probably did like questionnaires with John Bon Jovi.
All the guys like the Science magazines.
Popular Science,
Shockingly
Omni,
enough, I wasn't into the
Weird
science
Science.
magazine.
Mike
Weird
White. Oh,
Weird
White
Science was a
Pandora.
magazine?
Pandora is also into the science stuff, so she's included in that. I saw
Yep.
Mike's answer.
Corene. I hope if Corene's still there, what magazines were you into? Would love to know.
Oh yeah, because hers would have been down maybe in Panama.
Oh, yeah. Oh, here we go. Next question. Is there a 90s artist you cannot stand? Jimmy.
I'm gonna get hate on for this, but Alanis Morissette.
Get out!
Really?
Get
I-
out!
I can't stand her.
Are you
Why?
out in Canada anymore?
Get out!
But let me tell you why.
No.
I was okay with her for a little bit, but then when she did the Junos here, and she was the host,
That's like the
She-
Grammys.
yeah, she
Canadian
was the
Grammys.
host. She did like a little skit thing where she came out, and she kind of, it bothered me. Okay, I know where you're rolling your eyes.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
She did a
remember.
very distasteful. She
Yes.
disrobed and she was fake naked, and she even had the hair and in the
PB area.
hoo-has and
We can imagine.
and it was just, I just thought it was uncool. It was very like, it's the Juno Awards. You gotta have some kind of taste.
But don't you find it ironic? Don't you think?
Oh! Oh!
You are in Canada and
Oh
Well,
man,
That's
okay.
amazing.
Rebecca,
so-
that was great.
thank you.
That was beautiful. Niskers.
That I can't stand now?
Yeah. Or just
Leonardo
just never-
DiCaprio.
I loved him when I was
Ever?
I
Ever?
also
Always?
loved him. No, I loved him when I was young, and the older I get, why do I keep getting older and his girlfriends keep getting younger? It's just not cool. It's just not cool. I
it's
find that
starting to be
really,
gross.
yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
My general rule of thumb of acceptability is half your age plus 7, and he's been out of that round for a while now.
Can I say I don't think he aged very well?
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't really. I feel bad. I don't ever want to like judge people on their like appearance, but I don't think he aged very well.
He was never one of my favorites, so yeah.
I loved him back in the day, like Basketball Diaries and all that. What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
That's a great
Those,
movie.
like,
Great movie.
Like, he had
Romeo
some
and
really-
Juliet.
phenomenal movies in the 90s. Like he was like so good. But yeah, I can understand that.
Chrissy.
The one that sticks out is Corey Feldman. He's just kind of a hot mess now.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
I mean, Lost Boys and like Goonies and like all these like great, and then now you're like, for me.
Yeah, fame kind of twisted him up a bit, I think.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
him and his
okay.
angels, Corey's angels. It's so weird. Rebecca. It was
Nobody really sticks out. However, there's a song that I really can't stand is How Bizarre in the 90s. I fucking hate that song so much.
OMC.
Hate the word. I hate everything about it. So that would be the only thing I would say.
That's a great choice. I hate to say that because I had the writer of that song on the show, but
I'm sure he's an amazing person.
he
I
was a
just
very
fucking-
lovely person. I can't stand that song either.
It's a
I
horrible
never-
song.
I never
I'm
put my
so
personal
glad
opinion
you
into
can
it.
agree with me. I'm
Yeah,
so glad you agree because
Yeah.
I hate that song. It's
How bizarre.
horrible.
How bizarre. It's so fucking annoying to me. Okay,
Yeah.
Kendra.
So I have two. I went the route of music too. This was like a late 90s band, New Radicals.
Shit, that's my pick.
I fucking hate that.
That's don't.
That album.
Yeah. I hated it.
I hate that song.
Yeah, I hate it so much. It used to irritate me so much. Like
The one with
like
the big
to a
foot on it,
core.
right? Is that the one with the foot on the front? Where
Yeah,
the-
I think so.
yeah.
And then the other one, which is funny because like the lead singer, he seems so cool, but I can't stand their music. It's Train.
Train
drives me
sucks.
crazy.
Same.
Like he seems cool, but like his voice, like
His
irritates
songs are
me to the
annoying.
core.
Hey Soul
So
Sister annoys
much.
me.
I know. There's only there's one song of theirs that I can handle. I can't even think of it right now because I still don't like. I
Because
just
you
don't like
blocked it out of your memory forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
I understand.
But yeah, those are the two. I'm so sorry I stole yours.
Don't
Naomi,
worry,
but
I'm fine that you
I
said
love
that.
you.
That's my
Yeah.
pick. If I were to actually give another pick of an artist I can't stand, it would be Kid Rock.
Same.
Fuck yeah, I hate him.
Same.
Sorry, hate you, Kid Rock. Picture sucks. Anyway, I expect
Just
better
on
out of
the
you,
on-
Sean Crow.
Like,
For that
yeah.
alone.
Yeah, okay.
Favorite video game, Jimmy?
Nintendo Zelda.
Ooh, the classic original Zelda,
Yeah.
Legend of Zelda, on the OG Nintendo console.
Yes, on the OG.
8-bit.
8-bit. Niskers.
Super Mario 3 for Nintendo.
Do you remember the unveiling of that in the movie The Wizard?
I do. I
Yes.
really do. Oh, I love that game. Love that movie. Good times.
Holy shit, that was such when they lifted the thing and it was like do 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 do. And I was like, yeah, so exciting. Super Mario 3. I still to this day think that was the best Mario game ever made.
I would concur.
Yeah.
I would 100% agree with you. And
Yeah.
I'll fight anyone who disagrees.
Chrissy.
Catch these hands.
So
Oh, here we go.
I will say that it is a great game, but for nostalgia's sake, 8-bit Super Mario Brothers is my top favorite.
Oh,
Like,
gee.
there's just with the rectangle controller and having to sit like so close to the television.
And your thumbs hurt.
Yes, you got Nintendo thumb.
And our princess is in another castle. Our princess is always in another castle.
It is another shocking. I also had Donkey Kong Jr. math.
Math? Did you say
Donkey Kong
math?
Jr. math. You would have to go, and there would be these little like whatchamacallit, ivy vines that would hang down, and you'd have to go and like get the number, and then go to like the operation, and then get to the other number to like equal whatever. It was
We lost Rebecca.
Oh, she's
she'll
back.
be back.
She's
It was because I brought up math. She was like, "I'm out."
She needed a math break.
Yeah.
I swear I didn't talk about Kirk Cameron. I just, fuck. Rebecca's back. Rebecca, it's your turn. What's your favorite video game?
Okay, I'm gonna be a little different. I loved Bubble Bobble and Bust a Move 2.
Wow.
Love Bubble Bubble. Love it.
Do you know?
Love
what
it, love
I'm
it, love
talking
it.
about? Yeah. It's the best game ever. It's so stupid and I love it so much.
It's
console?
amazing.
Huh?
What console
Oh,
was that?
I think it was on I think it was on all the systems we had.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Bubble Bobble?
You'll have Bubble Bobble.
I didn't have it.
Classic 25-cent arcade game
I
forever.
think I even
Oh.
had it on my phone for a little bit. And then Bust a Move. Freaking loved Bust a Move. Both of those games, they're just kind of like, I don't know, not really that. Doesn't take much to play them,
I
but
love
they're
that.
addicting.
Was that a dance game?
No,
The Bust a Move?
it's like a matching. No, it wasn't. But they're all like matching games. Like you match the 3 colors and then things pop and yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. I didn't know that one.
Okay, cool.
Kendra.
Holy.
For
Sorry.
me, it was Mario or Donkey Kong. Mario 3 was pretty awesome. Donkey Kong was like a big one that we played in our house for sure.
I like how they portrayed Donkey Kong in the Mario Brothers movie that came out last year. The better version. We want to now officially forget about the original Super Mario Brothers movie that came out that was live action and it was a total piece of shit. That never happened.
Erase it. It didn't
We watched
happen.
that.
No
in
idea
Bad
what you're
Movie
talking
Club.
about.
Exactly. My favorite of all time is definitely Mario, but if I were to go with another direction, I would have picked GoldenEye for the N64.
Oh, good choice.
That was a
choice.
good game.
Proximity mines in the bunker. I like to spawn the mines right where people would spawn. Like I'd like to put the mines down so that as soon as they became alive again, they would blow up.
Evil. I love it.
Yeah.
What I like to do is I like to throw mines on people, and then they would stick to them. If somebody else came near them, they'd blow up.
They'd both blow up. You with those mines, you could get like three kills in one shot. Or like
Speaking
my
of
friends.
shots, how many? There's only been 3 shots, right?
I'm
Yeah,
out of
we
booze
need
anyways.
one more at least.
One more.
That's okay. I
One
need water
more.
anyway. I'm out of
Sorry for
cheers.
the outburst. There was like an
Cheers.
M80.
Happy
Cheers.
4
Right
year
out.
Dope
4
Nostalgia.
M8.
4
4
years.
years. Yay.
People are
4
celebrating
years.
the win, and it was very, very loud, and it sounded very, very close.
We didn't hear
I
it.
think that's what happened to my internet access. The house was too loud, and
Rumbled everything.
I lost you guys.
I think you guys might be experiencing an earthquake in the Northern California
Yes, and-
area
Yeah.
after
Yeah.
the win.
From everybody freaking out.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, what do we got from the comments here? Favorite games. Nintendo, Star Wars, Mike P. Bubble was awesome. And
Yeah, I was.
Sweet Koden?
Suikoden?
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 Sweet Koden? Yeah, it's Japanese, right? Suikoden.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know those ones, but yeah. With the guys when you play GoldenEye, they would turn off auto aim, and I'd get all pissed off because I'd have to actually work for it. Anyway, next question: favorite Spice Girl? Yes, let's go with Jimmy.
Baby.
Baby,
Aw.
She's the lady.
Yeah.
What makes her special?
She's a lady.
Oh, I may have had a crush on her.
May.
Nice. Then Nicole.
Ginger.
I like her. She was fun. Or a beat. Chrissy.
Baby too. I liked her sweetness. Like she was just fun and sweet. But I think Ginger would be like my runner up.
Ginger's runner up. Rebecca.
Ginger.
Ginger.
Mhm.
Kendra.
40. I thought she
40.
was gay. And I was into sports, so I liked her.
And her voice is really good too.
She's great. Yeah, she's probably the best singer out of the 5 of them, I think.
I agree. I kind of liked Beckham there, Posh, but Ginger more so, I think. Yeah. That was
Poor
a quick...
Scary. She
Fuck,
didn't,
that
she
was-
didn't get any love.
No, I love her too. I feel like
I loved her too.
I automatically loved her. Like I feel like my love for her was just super obvious. Like I don't know, because she was so much life in the group.
Yeah.
Yeah, she brought a
I
lot of
always
I
excitement.
get
loved
drawn
that
to
movie
redheads.
too.
Women who are redheads. I just am drawn. If I were a lesbian, I would definitely be going for redheaded women, and I like Ginger.
Is she Ginger everywhere? Just kidding. Anyway, favorite toy. Favorite toy? Yeah, we're skipping trends because that doesn't make sense. Favorite toy.
Mine was Merlin. I think I've talked about it on this podcast before. It was a little handheld game thing. You could play tic-tac-toe and
It was that
A
red
bunch of-
phone looking thing, right?
yeah,
Merlin?
Merlin.
Yeah. Did anybody else have that one? Because I remembered it after we Googled it, what it looked like, and I'm like, oh shit, I remember that thing.
It came out in the 80s.
I don't remember. I was in the 80s.
Totally cool.
Sorry, I don't remember Merlin.
All right. Next is
I'll forgive you.
Niskers.
Thanks.
Favorite toy.
My favorite toy was Casio's My Magic Diary. It was basically like a little handheld BlackBerry before Blackberries became a thing. Like all your phone numbers, your business phone numbers. There was a secret area. There was a calculator, your schedule.
Holy shit. You're way
Yeah.
ahead. Way ahead. So when cell phones came out, you're like, yeah, I already know. It's fine.
I know how to do this already.
I love
Like,
that.
let me check my schedule.
Totally. That was me.
Chrissy.
I liked the original Speak and Spell, like from ET. That was bomb. And then we also, with my younger siblings, we had a Teddy Ruxpin, which was so fun because you put in the Teddy Ruxpin tape, but you could put in like New Kids on the Block and other things, and Teddy Ruxpin would sing it.
He would
And
sing.
so-
That
yeah.
thing was ahead of its time. How did it know?
Well, no, it's because it played through its stomach. It wasn't it singing it. It was just its mouth going like this.
I
Oh,
play through my
oh.
stomach sometimes too.
I might tonight. Oi,
Uh,
Rebecca.
Oh, I was totally a Barbie girl all the way. And I bet had I had a Joe doll back then, he would have been my favorite. But as Barbie person.
I love it. Kendra.
I was big into rollerblading back then, but I also had this Jumanji game. Like it was an actual like board game that was like the movie, and like the middle, you'd press this thing and it would like do that like you know in the movie when it like shows you what the thing that's happening is like the monkeys are coming out, it would do that. So I loved that movie, so I was like obsessed with that game.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm a Barbie girl and living in a Barbie world. I would have the Barbie van was really cool, and then what was the other thing I was gonna say? Toy. Mousetrap. The game was fun. I'd like to set it up, but I didn't know how to play it. I never
don't
actually
think
read the
anybody knew how to
instructions.
play
I
it.
would just set it up and
Yeah.
shut the thing off and
Yeah.
go.
I think that's how everybody played. I also love Trolls too. That just came to mind. I loved Trolls.
hmm
Yeah.
Mm.
They should make a comeback. Wait, they did. Some Call of Duty. I actually no, I wasn't even fucking with you. Honestly, thought about that they should, and then I just thought as I was saying it, duh. The movie.
Trolls movie.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. In the chat, what do we got? Telescope. Telescope's a toy. If he was in the Sears Wish book, which it was, it counts. It counts.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Anything in the Sears
Alright.
Christmas Wish book. That's another dope nostalgia episode. Jimmy was in that one.
It is.
Favorite clothing item. Let's go with Jimmy.
didn't really have one.
You were just naked all the time? Well, you are now. You're naked all the time, basically, now, so.
But most of the time, I don't have pants on. Oh, like,
You don't really
Me
have
either.
I don't know. I don't wear clothes. I'm weird. I
No,
don't wear
you-
clothes because I like them. I wear clothes because you have to, or you get arrested.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. All right. Nicole. Niskers.
When in the 90s, I was obsessed with my blue vinyl jacket.
Yeah?
It's vinyl and it was blue and it made me sweat. But my God, it was stylish. I loved it.
Was it long or short? Was it baggy? Tight?
It was definitely fitted. It had the lapels. It was bright blue. It had a zipper. And yeah,
Where'd you buy
I just
it?
remember being so sweaty. Oh my God. What was the store? Where did we shop? In
So funny.
we came to Edmonton because I was living in Saskatchewan during my teens. So we did come to Edmonton. So it's one of those dumb little 90s trendy stores where you got all the coolest things. Mariposa, maybe.
Oh. Yeah, Mariposa.
Mariposa was a big one. Reitman's? No. Reitman's? Was
Maybe.
Ricky's the more mature one and Ricky's and Reitman's?
Reitman's
I
and
don't know.
both Reitman's and Ricky's were more mature. These are all Canadian stores probably that we're talking about, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. It isn't until the last 20 years, I think, where US stores have really become more commonplace in Canada. We had a lot
Yeah.
of our own before that. Yeah. But
Yeah, some trendy store, but yeah, vinyl for the win.
was it Le Chateau?
Maybe.
Le
Maybe,
Chateau
I
was
forgot
my
about this.
fucking everything.
That was
Yeah.
pretty big, yeah.
It was my everything. But back then it was more affordable in the 90s. In the 2000s and 10s, they got really expensive. And then they went
Everything was
bankrupt.
more affordable in the 90s.
They went bankrupt. Le Chateau. They're gone. Bye-bye, Le Chateau. Okay, favorite clothing to Chrissy.
This one was pretty easy for me to. Okay, so the short alls, but with the one side up, one side down. That was totally my jam. Super early 90s.
Did you roll up
Not
the-
your blossom hat?
Oh, and the blossom hats.
You
Yeah.
had a blossom hat?
Well, you know what? It was just like
The
I have
floppy.
one
The
other one.
floppy hat.
Yeah, the floppy hat. Like
With the big old flower on it. I saw pictures of you wearing this
yeah,
hat.
there was one. It was white. It was like white eyelet lace,
Mhm.
and then another one. It was like the floppy hat with the big flower. But
Did you roll up the short legs a little bit, or did you just leave the unrolled?
oh no, yeah, they were rolled. Yeah, because
Yeah.
they were like they weren't like down by the knees.
Rebecca.
That's what I wore to the concert.
That's perfect.
So, my absolute favorite all time were my parachute pants in the 80s. I had the pink parachute pants. I loved my parachute pants. But in the 90s would have been like my Guess overalls. Were
Oh yeah. I had some parachute pants, and then
I wish they came. Like, I want them back so bad. Can we start this somehow? 'Cause
Bieber
I want.
Bieber's been wearing saggy ass shit. Like he was wearing like those pants with the saggy crotch, like the MC Hammer pants, not too long ago.
Oh,
Um,
well, I want my parachute.
Seriously, no, just go on the New Kids website and the pajama pants that they had. They quite literally are like parachute pants. They were so
Well,
big in the leg.
They're not the ones from the 80s, though. They weren't so baggy. It was more of the material, and I guess they were kind of more like with the pockets, like what is cargo, kind of like a cargo pant, but the material was like parachute.
Yeah, the
I don't
material
know.
was like
I love,
parachute material.
yeah, I freaking loved those pants, and they were pink.
I had a hypercolor shirt that I really liked. Hypercolor was hot for
Oh,
a quick
yeah.
I had
quick
one.
minute,
Loved it.
literally
Yep.
hot. Like, and then they went out of business
Your
because people
armpits
didn't
were
want
always
their
different
armpits
colors.
to look
Yeah.
obvious and stuff.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I loved my hypercolor, and it was really trendy for a while. And then the other thing that was not trendy that I still have a pair of is Doc Martin boots.
They're kind of back
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
I saw their back because I was looking for boots and I saw them, and I was looking at the Mary Janes are back, and I'm so excited. I want Doc Martens Mary Janes now. I'm gonna get a pair.
The only thing I
Love
love
my Doc
Docs.
Martens.
I love Docs. The only thing I don't recommend wearing them in the winter. They are the slipperiest shit ever. You will wipe right
Oh,
out.
we live in Chrissy and I live in California. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's not really good here.
Yeah. No, I know.
No, I was
That's
Maddie,
true.
like she went and got boots, and I wasn't getting her Doc Martens right now. But yeah, that exact style. Although now we're the same size, so maybe I will get them for her. Because
Yeah,
I'm
you
around.
should.
Yeah. I love that you're the same size as your daughter now. It's so perfect. You can share so many things.
And my son now. My son is now the same size.
That's cool. Okay, what do we got here in the comments? I know it's not very 90s, but I always love the poodle skirts and such, and Victorian
Oh,
Gothic.
I
Those are
love
cute.
food. Although, you know what? If poodle skirts came back around, I think I'd make a cat one.
Mm-hmm.
What would they be called though? Pussy skirts?
Yes, sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
Rebecca's pussy skirts.
Perfect.
This
Tabby
is so
skirt.
fun
Maybe
being on a
tabby skirt,
podcast
'cause
with all
poodle
women.
is a-
We only have a couple questions left, right? Oh no, one question. Is
I
it
think
one
one.
question?
Oh, I don't know.
I think
thought
it's
was awesome.
the last one I have on my list right now is favorite supermodel.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
Mhm.
think that's last.
Favorite supermodel. Did I miss anybody? Yes, I did. I didn't even. Yes, I
Okay.
missed. I didn't even. Favorite clothing.
Oh yeah, I didn't
Kendra.
answer.
Kendra. I'm sorry. Go ahead,
No,
Kendra.
no,
I
it's-
apologize.
No, it's all good. Obviously, I'm still big into plaid. That was my big thing. But I really,
Plaid doesn't go bad.
it doesn't go bad. It's a very lesbian thing too.
Yeah.
But I had these ripped jeans that I fucking loved. They were so ripped. Like I actually had to wear like black leggings underneath them, and they looked like so badass. I loved them, and my mom hated them hardcore. And one
Which
day,
made them better, right? Because if your
Right?
mom didn't like it,
Yeah,
made
I
it
was like,
so much more
Mom, they're
cooler.
so cool. Like, what are you talking about? And then one day she did the laundry and she said that they disintegrated in the wash.
Oh,
But I think she threw them out. I have a feeling she threw them out because she hated
So
it.
being a mom now and my children have things that I don't like, it is amazing how things accidentally get lost and the kids can't find them. And I have no idea
No
what.
idea where they go. Yeah. It's amazing.
Mhm.
But yeah, I loved those jeans. They were so cool. I'm sad that they didn't live longer.
they just fall right apart. I don't know why. That made me think of Donnie at BlockCon. In those
Oh,
ripped
I
jeans.
totally thought of
Same, I
Donnie,
did
but I
too.
didn't want to bring new kids back in. But yes.
I know. I was like, don't bring new kids back in. Don't bring new kids. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, sorry.
I was thinking
Just
I'm
kidding.
glad you did it.
Oh, okay, last question for real. Fave supermodel of the 90s. Let's go with Jimmy. Jimmy, this is right up your alley.
Elle McPherson.
Nice choice.
Oh,
And to this
I-
day.
Yeah, I loved her in Batman and Robin, which came out in the 90s.
Yes, Elle McPherson. That's such a good pick. Yeah. Niskers.
Cindy Crawford.
Yes. Classic Cindy. And you know what I like too about Cindy? I was watching one of her makeup tutorials actually earlier last night. She never went thin eyebrow like everybody else did in the 90s, eh? She kept her she said it in her makeup tutorial. She's like, one thing I've imparted onto my daughter is never overpluck your eyebrows. You're going to regret that later.
yeah, definitely
Yeah.
regret it later.
Because she never did it. She never did it. And she says she has a lot of friends who do regret doing it, and her brows are still great.
But that woman hasn't aged. Like, I mean, she's aged. She's like the older version of her, but still completely young and looks absolutely amazing.
And her daughter is the spitting image of her. Like they could be sisters, like easily. It's bizarre.
Is she dating that guy from the Elvis movie?
Cindy Crawford?
No.
Yes.
Kai, her
Oh,
daughter.
the daughter. Oh,
Yeah,
don't know.
I think so.
Mm-hmm. I think so too. Yeah. All right. Chrissy.
Mine was going to be the same. It was like I was trying to remember, and the only one I could really remember and top of my head was Cindy Crawford.
Cindy Crawford.
Mm-hmm. Cindy. I think Cindy was maybe one that felt more accessible to the general public because she was high fashion, but I feel like she did a lot more ad campaigns and stuff than a lot of them
And
did.
she was like kind of like girl next door looking instead of like, I don't know.
Like that Pepsi commercial with the boys looking at her when she cracks the yeah.
But you know what? The other thing with her is that she started, like for me anyway, when I was still quite young,
Mhm.
and then it went all the way through. And now, even still, you still see her. And I'm in my 40s now, and
Mhm.
she was back when I was in much young. So mine was also Cindy Crawford, and that she's the only one the first one that pops up into my head, and that I can only
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah, I think it's because she was super mainstream and accessible.
Mhm.
So I think and she had like her workout videotapes and all that. Man, I remember my mom took me to the doctor after we got that videotape because I kept trying to do her workout, but I was not in shape. I was a child and I wasn't in shape. And she took me to the doctor because I couldn't move after doing it for 2 days. What's wrong with this kid?
That's hilarious. I love that.
Yeah, they're like, she just overworked. Just tell her, take it down a notch. It's going to be fine.
She's not Cindy Crawford. Just bring it down.
Kendra.
Yeah, I'm on the Cindy Crawford bandwagon for sure.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to go with Nikki Taylor.
Oh,
You guys
I
remember
forgot
Nikki
about-
Taylor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And her little sister,
Your
Chrissy Taylor?
sister. Yeah.
Yeah. Nikki Taylor was big on the CoverGirl makeup. She was always on
Mhm.
17 and YM and stuff too.
Mhm.
Like, she had kind of a girl next door fresh face thing too.
Mhm.
Hey,
Yeah. She
And the
she was
mole.
just later. So
Nikki had a
90s
mole
mole
like
as well.
Cindy's. Yeah.
Yeah.
wasn't her sister the one that like died of the asthma attack?
Yep. Chrissy Taylor. I think it was a 17 cover that I'm picturing in my head right now of the two of them together.
I
It was
didn't
kinda like-
realize
I
her
remember
sister died.
She
I
was
guess I don't
super
remember.
young.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
sad.
It was sad. It was very sad because she was so young. But yeah, Nikki Taylor, and I think Nikki Taylor still. I don't think she's modeling anymore, but I think she's still out there doing stuff.
I'm sure
Let's
she's
look her
still
up.
absolutely beautiful.
Let's look her up, man. What did it say? Elle McPherson, her eyes and smile were so expressive. Very nice. Very nice. Oh, look for her in the movie Siren. Okay. Good to know. Elle McPherson's out there doing things. Yeah. So is there anything we missed?
I think we went through all the questions, and we definitely talked a lot about the 90s. And
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Naomi, how did you come up with the name Dope Nostalgia? Because it is such a cool name
Thank you.
for what you do.
It's I'm happy with the name, but it's been a challenging name at the same time, and the reason why is because the word dope a lot of times refers to drugs. So I've been shut down on a lot of websites where they're like this is just files our terms of service.
Oh,
word-
and you're like, I'm not referring to drugs.
I'm not very. I just thought about words that would express things that were said in the 90s that aren't really said
That's
as much.
dope.
People still
That's
say dope
dope.
now, but not as much. Like back then, it would be like, that's dope. That's dope. And so I just,
Yeah.
like, this is dope. Dope nostalgia. All right. There was a guy
I
I was
love
working
the
with who was one of the few people I remember still using the word dope on a regular basis when I was planning this podcast. And I hear him say dope all the time. And I'm like, okay, that's the word. I like it. Dope. So, but yeah, like even just for like doing merchandise, like when I first set up T Public, I sold one shirt and they shut me down. They said, you're violating our terms of service. So I wrote them a message explaining that dope. It's a bot probably looking for words.
Yeah.
And they
Mhm.
thought I was trying to sell drug paraphernalia or something. So I explained to them, and then they like, oh yeah, no problem. Back up.
huh.
So it does come with some challenges, but whatever. I like the name and it's simple.
I love the name. I think it just sums it all up really nicely, and I think it's a great name. And yeah, I was curious.
I want to thank you all for being such a huge part of the show over the last 4 years. And, I'm hoping that you're all interested in doing more episodes in the future.
Absolutely.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely.
Good. Rebecca's like, Naomi, fuck you. Kirk Cameron sucks. And
I'm
Extreme
kidding.
didn't write more than words.
Dude, we
Don't
can
talk
record
about Kirk Cameron.
we can record an episode like when we're back in like going from like Chicago to back up to Michigan, like in the
Yep.
back of Adrian's car. We'll just record an episode.
100%. Let's
Dope
do
nostalgia
that.
on the road.
I think you should
Yeah.
do a Kirk Cameron episode and bring Rebecca on.
Rebecca in.
Oh
Cameron in the
my
90s.
God.
No, we don't want to know about Kirk Cameron in the 90s at all.
No, thank
thanks.
you.
We're good. We're good.
Mhm.
He
Rebecca
doesn't need any
who?
more of a platform.
Oh, what are we saying? And everybody in the chat who hung around tonight, thank you so much for being a part of it too. We might see some of you guys later tonight. And we have to be at Kelly's in about half an hour or so for the party.
Oh,
We
yeah,
gotta
you guys
get
gotta get
going.
going.
And
Yeah.
Naomi, I
we
just
get to
also
film
want to
stuff there, too.
say,
Yeah.
like how proud I am of you for the last 4 years. This show is amazing. I think it's like awesome that you're giving such an awesome show for people to go and reminisce and like such cool content. And I'm so happy that we got to be a part of it. And I'm always fucking putting your show out there because I really truly believe in it. And I think that it's awesome. I'm so proud of you.
Thank
So
you.
happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you for being a big part of it over all these years. And I appreciate you putting it out there for me. It means
Always.
a lot. So it's been great. And it's just going to keep it's a slow, steady grind when you're growing a podcast, because there are thousands of podcasts, hundreds of thousands of podcasts you can choose from, right? So I just hope to keep improving.
I kind of want to say something too, in the same vein as Kendra. I'm so proud of you too, and where you've gone with the podcast. But a story that a lot of people on this podcast don't know, except for you and I, is we went to see Lee Aaron,
Mhm.
and we were backstage, and she
She's a
turned to
Canadian.
you,
She's a Canadian rock star. Just for the
and she
Americans.
turned to you and said, "You're the Dope Nostalgia podcast." She recognized you.
That's amazing.
Yes, and that was a proud moment for me because I was sitting there and she picked you out, and it was your
She knew you
voice. I
too.
think
She
part
knew
of
you
it.
too.
Yeah, but it's just I'm radio. It's not different.
Yeah.
You've built this. You've built this podcast yourself from day one, and it's been all on you. And it's was really cool moment for you to be recognized that way by one of the artist's like famous people, and
Yeah.
it was really cool.
Canadian legend.
Yes,
She's a legend. Yeah. She just got her star on the Canada Walk of Fame. like,
Yeah, she's
this month.
amazing. I love Leanne.
Yeah. That fucking wow. Wow. It's true. Everything's like, wow.
Whoa.
Oh,
Whoa.
Like Joey Lawrence.
back to the blossom hat.
Oh. So yeah, we'll do some more recording tonight at the party. Let's do that.
Yeah,
And,
absolutely.
Maybe I should have a snack and go.
Eat some food. Yes.
You need some
Yes.
carbs.
Have
Get
some carbs.
some carbs.
Get some carbs, and
And
then
Crackers.
add
Good.
more
then you
add
can
more
start
shots.
all over.
She's gonna save that for the bar.
Thank you, everybody who was in the chat. Love you guys. And hopefully we will see you in a bit. I'm going to just end the stream right now. So you guys take care.